Morning.
Okay. So morning, Neeraj.
Hi, morning.
Morning. Okay, so I find you have enrolled for the Certified Career Analyst Edupreneur program, correct?
Come again, please. I didn't hear you.
I can see that you have enrolled for Certified Career Analyst Edupreneur program, CCAE program.
No, it is. Yeah.
You're Neeraj
I
Sharma,
think
right?
that is it. I think.
Hello.
Hello.
CCA or CCE. I just
You are
miscalculated.
actually enrolled as per the information given to me from the CRM. You have enrolled for an Edupreneur program. You have 2 levels of training. Okay.
Okay.
See,
Okay.
excuse me.
Yes, please
Yes.
wait. I'm coming one by one. So
I'm actually enrolled for
okay,
CCAE.
Yeah. So Neeraj, you have been associating with Fatima from our business team, correct?
Yes. I have been in touch with Fatima.
Yes, great. I can see from the information provided in this CRM that Neeraj Sharma, your contact number is 983-707-0031. You're from Meerut, correct?
Yes.
Okay. The program module you have taken is Certified Career Analyst Edupreneur program. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. In some time, I'll explain what it is. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Let me attend to others also. So I can
Yes.
find somebody from Guide My NDS Inc. Guided My NDS Inc. Can I know who is this person? I can see someone with a name Guided My NDZ Inc. Can I know who it is? Hello. All right. So I can see Jang Ho Helen How Kip.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, you're from New Delhi, right?
I'm actually from Manipur.
Okay. How do I call you? I'm sorry.
Just call me
I'm
Loon. It's
wondering
okay.
whether if I'm calling you with a wrong pronunciation. Can you help me? How can I comfortably call you?
You can just call me Loon.
Lou. Okay.
Loon.
Loon. Great. I will call you Loon. And you have enrolled for the certification program, correct?
No, I've actually enrolled for the CCAE program.
But from the information, the person who has been associating with you is Jalaksha.
Yes, it is.
From the information provided, I can see only you have enrolled for the certification program. Did you upgrade after that?
No, I enrolled for CCAE from the beginning.
Okay, so this is including of level 1 and level 2, is it?
Yes, Edupreneur program.
Okay, fine, perfect. I'll get Jalak to actually update this information. Okay. Thank you so much. The next participant I can see here is Yugandhar. Hi, Yugandhar, you're in mute.
Yes.
So, Yugandhar, you are Pulaparithi Murali Yugandhar. Must be from Hyderabad, Andhra, correct?
Yes.
Your name very much actually says that. So, you have enrolled only for the certification program, correct?
Yes, right.
Okay. And Azim has been our assigned business consultant for you. You've been associating with him.
Yes, done. I have been in touch with him. All
right, great. So there is one more person by name Guided Minds. Is it by any chance a person from Ganesh Gopinath's team? I can see the unmute is there, but
in the chat, someone is pinging, ma'am. One second.
Pardon?
In the chat, someone is saying something.
Someone is chatting?
Yes, in the chat is updating.
Okay, it's Ganesh Gopinath. Correct. Great. I'm just changing your name as Ganesh Gopinath. Okay, you can exit and join in once again, Ganesh. Must be initially, if it is not allowing you to, okay, you can exit and rejoin. And there's one more person by name Namrata. She should be joining soon. Okay. Ganesh, you can exit and join again. In a couple of minutes, we'll start the session. Hello, Ganesh. You're able to talk now?
Yes, am I audible now?
You're perfectly audible, Ganesh.
All right, thank you.
Welcome. So you already hold a platform, right? And you now come in for the, I think we've met before during the platform orientation, if I'm right.
Exactly.
Okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. It was almost a year ago.
Yeah, I remember you. Just a moment.
Yeah.
Hello, Namrata, we are waiting for you to join. Will you join now? I'm from Edu Maestro. Yeah, okay. Tell me.
Yeah.
No problem. That time we can have a break, bio break. Okay. Yeah, sure. Sorry, Ganesh. Namrata was calling one more participant, so I had to break our discussion. Okay, yeah, it's more than
That's perfectly fine.
now,
Yeah.
correct? Okay, good. You're from Chennai, if I remember, or
Exactly.
Tamil Nadu. Yeah, I remember this. Good to have you. Yes, 4 of you over here. Once Namrata join, we can just start. Okay.
All right.
All right. Till Namrata joins, I think we'll just kickstart with our introduction, right? Okay. My name is Radha Padmanabhan. You can call me Radha, right? I'm going to be one of your lead trainer for learning this career counseling methodologies. All right. So we offer this program called Certified Career Analyst Program. Okay. I hope you're able to see my screen.
Yes.
Okay, great. So using this PowerPoint file, I will be running a training flow for the next 5 days. I will be also sharing this training material to you and many other more textual materials to you. But till it graduates a certain stage of the learning areas, I will be holding it back. Then I will be able to send you a soft copy via mail. But however, I am recording every day's session. I've started my recording for today. So end of every day's training, this particular recording will be converted to an MP4 format. The rendered file will be shared to you via my G Drive. Your registered email ID is given, and to those mail IDs, I will be sharing it via my G Drive. You're good to move it to your own drive, or you can download and save it for your future reference. Why I'm giving you this recording is, honestly speaking, every human mind can actually store or focus or concentrate for not more than 40 or 45 minutes. So we all are, maybe we may be aware about that. That's the reason school periods are not more than 40 or 45 minutes. The adult learning capacity is much higher, but keeping the attention or the focus, I will be also helping you with the recording. So these recorded files have to be downloaded and saved at your end as early as possible, because since my drive space can only accommodate 100 GB files, after that, I'll have to keep removing my files. So it takes at least every 2 months once I clear my drive. Before then, please save it for your current use or even your future use. So please do save it at your end. Okay. And so as I said that you can call me Radha, there's no issues. Okay, because I am directly working with Edu Milestones team. I'm heading the learning and development department. And, I'm specializing on this certified career analysis program and the All India head for this particular program for the learning developments. So I am responsible for training people who are wanting to learn how to structurally provide career guidance. Okay, so it's more psychometric applications that you will be learning a lot. During when each one of you, I regard a huge level, because each of you must be carrying, experience and expertise at different level in your domain, whichever you're working. Okay, you would want to actually add feather to your cap. That's why you've come and enroll for this program. So I promise you abundant learning and also good amount of unlearning, because when I speak about this particular concept, the concept is a psychometric science, right? Certain terminologies may be new to you. Don't worry, you may also find it as a jargon. But after a point of time, you feel that, it becomes your language. All right. And there might be also, while describing about certain behavioral patterns, there might be a kind of a mindset, right? Because that is what people around you would have actually, directly or indirectly seeded in your mind. Certain areas, not all of them, might also demand unlearning. So that how to rightly learn it and acquire that knowledge is a relearning exercise. So I promise you, in the next 5 days that we are going to be discussing with all of you on the level 1 program of certification, adequate amount of learning, unlearning, and relearning will happen. If you get doubts, if you are not agreeing with the concepts discussed, please don't even take it offensive, because it is rather healthy. You should get doubts, you should raise objections. Okay, that is where when you will be able to handle client situation, because you're going to be providing career guidance to a huge spectrum of target audience. These people can include those who are children from grade 2nd onwards. Is it surprising to know what am I going to do for a 6-year-old child? Namrata,
Not at all.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's nice. But Namrata might be actually wondering, I just now asked with you, my child is 5-6 years old. Can I provide guidance and for my child also? Right, Namrata? That question might also come in you. See, the guidance what you can give is not, one size fit all. It's based on the need. So this begins from students from grade 2nd onwards till the working professional, the senior most career. Each one's need can be different. And you also will be carrying out a need analysis first of all. And based on their need, analyzing and providing your recommendation becomes, very imperative exercise. So that's going to be, A to Z in this learning. Okay. So what are the methodologies in total you can understand will be completely delivered. I'm your lead trainer for the level 1, complete part of level 1 training, whoever have enrolled for the level 1. All 5 of you are eligible for the level 1. And when it comes for the level 2, this is holding or setting up your own professional practice. Those who are taking a technology platform as a tool to scale up in this career counseling business. Okay, there are 2 parts of training. One is the technology platform, how to use the technology platform. is going to be also delivered by me. And there is also a business strategy session to understand this as a market. Who are those who need career counseling from you? How do you actually be visible to them? There are different strategies in this industry. So that is also going to be a part of your learning exercise. How do you penetrate there and position and scale up there? Okay, these are all the dynamics which will come in the level 2. So from that, that's the reason as I began my session today, I was actually wanting to check. So Neeraj and also Loon, both of you, I see that you have enrolled for the Edupreneur model. Namrata and Yugandhar, you both of you have actually gone for the certification model only. If you wish to upgrade after your learning in certification is over, you are good to upgrade as well. Ganesh Gopinath, there's no any doubt about you. You are already holding a technology platform and you have been, more familiar with the methodologies, but you would like to know the science about it. So you're here today to understand the concepts in a very defined and structured way. So ultimately, all of you have a collective aim to serve the society, right? I'm happy to join hands with you in that. Okay. So as I said that, to begin with an introduction about our company first, Edu Milestone is our brand name. Okay, but our actual company's registered name is Actus Infometrics Private Limited. I'm sure each one of you are familiar because your invoicing happened with that name. So as a company, we are a software as a solution in the industry, an IT-based company. We have our co-founders, Ankit Agarwal and Vipin Prashant. Ankit handles the technology product team and Vipin handles the business team. All right. So these both people jointly co-founded this company in 2010. It was launched in 2010, officially ideated from 2008. Okay, where we wanted to bring down an online solution in carrying out a psychometric assessment. We know there are different assessments available online for either testing the skill and ability, aptitude levels. So this way, providing a platform for carrying out psychometric assessment online was actually a welcome change in the industry. The conventional career counseling practitioner used to do this with pen and paper method. Because when they have to provide a guidance to somebody, they have to begin with observing many information about the candidate. Based on the information gathered, they have to analyze and give recommendations. So the observation process included a test. The psychometric assessment by the pen and paper method people was easily carried over for 2 to 3 days time. And thereafter an analysis for another 3 to 4 days. And therefore to sit for a counseling and provide recommendations, it easily took 7 days to 10 days time. With this method of providing career counseling, many people were hesitating, saying that, I will not be able to do many counseling because it takes a longer timeline to administer everything on. To give a solution to that pain in the industry only, we offered this technology platform where a psychometric assessment can be taken in just 45 minutes to 1 hour. The assessment which is introduced by us for different target audience, not more than 45 minutes they should give. Sorry, not more than 1 hour, not earlier to 45 minutes. Because people demand about the accuracy of the report. Who miss to understand the report's accuracy largely depends on the input about the candidate. The process is very simple. Whatever we are going to observe as a test, we are going to find correlation between them and give the recommendations wherever there is suitability. But those dimensions, to give inputs about the dimensions from the candidate, it expects a larger, accuracy. People taking the assessment in just 15, 20 minutes or 30 minutes in a haphazard manner, they will not be able to give the accurate information about them. Or when they think longer, after even 1 hour, their mood swing can actually disturb them. Sometimes people might ask, if you're going to provide psychometric based assessment, these psychometric areas, if it changes after 3-4 days, they don't need to wait for 3 or 4 days, 4 years, sorry. When a candidate is taking an assessment in the morning and in the afternoon, 2 assessments can have 2 different methods of inputs, not the methods, 2 different inputs, which can always demand a person to keep on changing, which is very dangerous, because nobody will have focused approach in acquiring their skills and abilities, because we believe in a model that emotions drive people, and those emotions which are driving people enables them to perform. The emotions drive people and the people drive those performances. So which are those emotional areas will be your active learning of this program. We also introduced a psychometric training, right? Because many people were also claiming that, I don't come from a psychology background. But is that okay? Can I actually become a career counselor? Not at all a problem. This is an applied science.
Radha, will you please let me in? I'm trying to get in through my laptop also.
Correct. I have admitted you. Is that Lakshay?
Right. Thank you. I'm there. Thank you.
Yeah. So now what we see is this is an applied science. Okay. Now this applied science, what are the applied concepts which makes a person to enhance their skill and ability? Was itself an eye-opener from our methodology of providing career guidance. The assessment tool, it gave us an eye-opener. Till date, after launching this program in 2012, we have trained almost, 4,000 people. This is actually a population mentioned 4 or 5 months before. I have not had much time to update this sheet. Sorry for it. It has crossed more than 4,000. I myself have trained 1,931 people till my last week batch training. This week, I have one in the morning, another in the afternoon. All right. So every week, I'm training at least close to 15 to 20 people. This batch has got 5. Another batch in the evening between 3 to 7 has got a member of 10. Next week. So thereby, I find many people opting out according to their convenience, wanting to learn. We offer this program. Not only that, people who want to learn, about how to deliver counseling. In order to deliver counseling with an easier approach, because I can't be able to spend about 1 week to 10 days time. They take up the technology platform. In our elementary education, when we were doing simple maths of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, we will have a mathematical working column in our notebook, isn't it? We will show the workings, right? For that also extra marks will come to us. But when we went into higher education, when the mathematical numbers became very complex, to simplify, we started using calculators, correct? At an advanced level, we were also using scientific calculators, correct? For the theta, pi, and also, factorial values. So that way, there are certain complex analytical areas in this career analysis. What is that complex analytical area? The careers which are available in the ecosystem as of today. Plethora of career options. As a career guide, your first-hand familiarity has to be with the fingertip information on your career paths. Knowledge. Okay. So how you, in overall, become a very efficient career counselor? A combined knowledge and this particular tool has also benefited more than 4,000 people. There are people who are actually, in the career counseling industry for years and serving fantastically well, who found this technology platform is suitable. We have one here, Ganesh Gopinath. He has been providing career guidance. He's been attached to the education industry quite some time before. I'm meeting him now after a year's time, almost. Right? Now,
Absolutely.
yes. Now he has been using this tech platform and he has actually would have experienced, I'm not assuming, right? I'm not assuming, I'm very sure that it would have given him a magical experience using this technology platform. The career guidance would have gone more simplified. But sometimes based on the report, there might be out of 10 students or candidates he has guided, 6 of them would have been able to easily deliver the counseling. Some 4, which would have ate his mind. How come there is a complexity here? Why I am not able to understand? What is the science behind it? How the recommendations are processed? I'm able to understand grossly. But the aim in his mind to understand that knowledge has brought him here today. Am I right, Ganesh?
You're perfectly on the point.
Yes. So my huge respect for you for actually, making yourselves convinced, justifying yourselves to acquire that knowledge. The responsibility is on my head, right? So how I'm going to do justice is my point, correct? So I'm sure each one of you want to have this knowledge. Let us wait and watch in this end of the 5th day, how comfortable you are about approaching this. Okay. I do respect that each one of you, while I'm delivering on the dimensions, right, there might be distractions. There might be some complication in understanding it. Just swallow it. And don't do the processing or analysis while you're observing. While the lesson is being taught, please observe. And later break it out and start chewing. That is the time when you will be able to pose relevant questions. And stay open that, I will be definitely addressing each of your logical doubts. I will never skip that. But my very humble request is, when I'm explaining a concept, please observe. Okay. So allow me to complete my version of deliverables and then please raise your hands. You have got in your floating panel an option to raise your hands when you have a question or a doubt, or when you are agreeable with the top point what I am discussing. You can also raise your thumbs up. It motivates me also as a trainer. We'll have to keep mutually motivating ourselves. You can thumbs up, and wherever you feel that you came across this, you would like to share your experience on this. Yes, in the interest of time, you are also open to do that. Okay. Anything that you're wanting to know about learning about the complete area, it might not be, explained in the first slide itself. We are going to be having a journey for next 5 weeks. So we'll be crossing at least, some 5 steps to reach the upper flow. So standing on the first step and looking for a point which is in the 4th or the 5th step, right, will definitely come in. Please wait. When that particular explanation comes during then, I will definitely clarify to you. On whatever is delivered, please understand that if you have not understood on the concept explained, feel comfortable to raise your hands and raise it. I am happy to reiterate. Okay. And please kindly bear with me. There is a definitely sincere objective why I would like to hold back the training materials. Okay. Because the biggest objection that you will have to handle is giving recommendation to candidate if it's going to be unidimensional, only based on one dimension. Then going about giving you learning material on that dimension is not going to be a complexity at all. There are standalone theories based on each dimension. Many textual materials can be online available also other than what we do. But I'm going to make you a master in finding correlation between these dimensions. That is the critical area. And I'll give you definitely a very happy experience and a very fun-filled method of learning. This I can assure. Okay, and please be very participative. There'll be a lot of quizzes, interactive discussions. Please do contribute. Please do participate, so that keeping silent will not help. All right. This particular model has till date benefited more than 4,000 people in the society to successfully evolve as a career counselor. I'll tell you, this population, what we have made so far is far, far low, because if you take a gross population of in India, who are in an age group up to 40 years, from 10, 13 years onwards till 40 years, we can roughly estimate around 50 crore of population in this age group. All these people are our target audience. And these people, if you see, need career guidance or mentoring in one or the other form, but they are unaware. They don't even know that they are actually requiring career guidance. All right. So now, to deliver counseling or mentoring to these people, if you see, you take a population of school students, 35,000 school students, there is only one trained career counselor, optimized knowledge career counselor. That means it says India doesn't have even a knowledge 10,000 numbers of career counselor today. 50 crores versus 10,000. Understand the populational gap. So you can make wonders. If you decide, if you target some 10,000 school students, 1/3 of the school student population also, you will be engaged all throughout the year. It's all that you will have to handle it with a smart approach, for which your subject matter expertise has to be, very much ideal in place. Knowing about the concepts can be done in 1 week's time. Getting exposure to the career field also can be parallelly done. After 1 month, you will be like, walking encyclopedias, each of you. That is the work that you're going to do in learning this in 1 month's time, believe me. Okay, which makes you a subject matter expert, handle any situations. This method of people with us who are networked as co-branded tech platform they have taken, they're all actually our channel partners, because Edu Milestone's business model is, we don't deliver career counseling directly. I don't deliver counseling for even my family members. Right? So we are having that strong code of ethics. Whenever anybody approaches Edu Milestone's website for career counseling, we showcase our channel partners in that geography who are available to deliver counseling. Okay, such channel partners are a pan-India, available in 80+ locations. And also in 20+ countries outside India. When I said that this includes school education base, the Indian Board of Education follows state board, central board, or ICs. We offer you a knowledge of assessing students as per Indian Education Board. Many people might be, prompting inside your mind, how about new education policy? I know very less about it. It will be actually, oriented you in a very simplified manner. As per new education policy, which has started just an year before, and what is actually going to evolve, you will get that knowledge very, very in a simplified manner. Okay. If it is international education, there are 2 main boards internationally outside India. One is IB, International Baccalaureate Program, or Cambridge Program, IGCSE. Both the cases, how in middle school, because in India, middle school is between 8, 9, and 10. Students choose their elective after completing 10th only, correct? In India. And their higher secondary education or pre-university education is for 2 years, 11 and 12. But outside India, the middle school program is between 7, 8, and 9. After 9th itself, they select the elective. So their pre-university program is actually 3 years, 10, 11, and 12. This is one important differentiated between Indian and international education. You will get a knowledge to assess both kinds of students. Because in India, as many expatriates are back, right? Their children would have started their up to their middle schooling there. When they are coming back to India, they cannot come and attach to a CBSE or a state board so very easy. So India also has many international boards of school education. Either they practice IGCSE or IB. How do you understand that education system is also a part of your learning. So this is just a small introduction about our company. And majority of our team sits at our headquarters at Bangalore. And there are people from different locations also operating, say like Fatima operates from Hyderabad. I operate from Chennai. Zalak operates from Mumbai. And an IT team operates from Jaipur. So this way, geographically, we are distributed. Okay. So this is a brief introduction about our company. That's all. Now, I think the information what I shared as an overview now is just an introduction, right? Same way, I'd like to know about each one of you. So one by one, you can actually, take a 1 minute or two and introduce about yourself. Which area are you from? What have you been doing? What interested you to start career counseling? Had this been already a profession which you have been carrying out, or you're attached to any of the educational segments, so you understood the demand in this particular industry? And what's your notion, like, why you came into Edu Milestones? What inspired you to come and type for this program with Edu Milestones? So that I can know your expectation also. So Neeraj, can you begin the discussion? So can you take a minute or two and introduce yourself with the information required?
I am sorry, there is a technical error with my video, so I would not be visible to you people.
No problem. I'm also not visible to you today. No problem. Go ahead.
That's okay. I'm Neeraj Sharma, and I have around 24 years of experience as a sales.
How many years?
24.
24. Great.
Yes. So I started my career way back in 1999, 98 to that matter of fact. And I've been into sales, starting from pharma and then moving on to financial services, and then keep on doing that. So I have got 18 years of experience in financial services. And lately I resigned from my position. I was an assistant vice president in an organization which is into insurance sales. And from there, I started my own company by the name of Carabiners Consulting Services LLP.
Okay.
I'm into overseas education. I'm into Skill Academy, and I'm into financial services. So these are the three verticals which I'm holding there in my company. And my purpose of coming to the career counseling part is that I think we have taken a lot from the society. This is the time we should give back to the society. First.
Awesome.
Second is I've seen a lot of children while I'm working in my Skill Academy. I've seen a lot of people disoriented. One. Second, they are not able to find the right career path for them. And this happens because they keep on doing the courses which are suggested by somebody, or which are suggested by their near and dear ones, or by the pressure of their mother and father, whatsoever it is. I'm an engineering graduate, and I think I was never made to be an engineer. I would have been a worst of an engineer if I would have been there. So I think sales was my part, and my mother and father did not do this career counseling. So they did not understand that the career this guy can make out is from sales, or by saying interacting people. So I think this is one part which we need to do. And the part of India which I come from is in literacy, it is lower. If you see UP is not a big literacy part here. and we have a high illiteracy rate. Moreover, the children are who are doing BBAs and small courses like this, and they're working in sales, door-to-door sales, and all these kind of things, which is not a career for them. So I think this would be a great platform to take them through this. And I don't know while what I'll be taking it as a career for myself, but I am looking at not putting any huge amount of fee for that. I would try to make it a very nominal fee for the students which I'll be doing the career counseling for, and maybe for some of the students I'll do it for free, because I think this is one part which needs to be taken care of. So that's about myself. I'm happily married to my wife, who is a government employee, and my daughter would be soon an architect, and my son is in 10th. So that's how it is.
Great. Brilliant. And my huge respects to you. Yes.
I need 5-minute break because
you go back and come. Okay.
Because
introduction is going on. Okay, go back.
Okay.
Okay, Neeraj, and huge respect for your and huge applause for your social conscientiousness. Like particularly, you were addressing about being impactful to the society, right? Of course, yes, it's quite needed of people with this kind of a thought process, right? You're going to be, making it true in some time. Maybe not today only. You will come to that thought process. Maybe some topics which we're going to be discussing on Wednesday and Thursday. Right?
Right.
That will show you a clear roadmap to what are you aiming. Okay. What made you come to Edu Milestones? How did you get to know about Edu Milestones?
I was searching online for something. I need something because I am also. Let me tell you, I am associated with a organization, NGO, which is known as MHM, which is Mental Health Program of Government of India. And I'm attached to that. I'm an intern with them, and I'm working free of cost with them, helping them to jot down their or make a roadmap for their sales strategy and all. So because I feel I can do that, and I've been successful in doing that. So I think that made me made me push towards something like why this mental problem is occurring with people. How children of the age of, I'll call them children because I'm 50 plus, right? So the kids of 24, 25 years, 28 years of age, they're mentally sick. You cannot understand how confused, how frustrated these guys are. And moreover, they're not finding a proper career for themselves. They're not finding a proper career path for themselves. They are stuck somewhere. And looking at that, because I've been into 2-3 programs while I was talking to, and I was addressing a group of BBA students lately. And I asked a simple question: how many of you want to be in sales? None of them raised their hand. Now, everybody wants to be in HR, everybody wants to be in admin, everybody wants to be in finance. But if you go around without sales, will these all verticals exist? No. So looking at that scenario, I felt that this should be there. And while I was searching through the program, what should I take it up? Your company came up, Edu Milestone came up to me. And while I interact with Fatima, I did understand that this can be one part which I should take care of, and I should take it up from here. At my age, learning is not an easy task, but I'll try my best that I should be a good student to you, Radha. So I feel that I should do it, and maybe possible. But the things are, I took Edu Milestone looking at your background and looking at how you've been shaping up. I've done a little bit of study about you people, and then I got in touch with Fatima, and I'm here. So that's what it is.
Good. You have had a many good amount of research done. So before, but still, you are not very totally clear what you can take away, right? Okay, not to
Uh,
worry, not to worry. We have always, delighted our customers, like exceeding always their expectation may enable them to first and set expectation. Okay, and
right.
soon you will see that you are crossing your expectations
Mhm.
in the learning front and how you can actually make your dream go true. Right?
Right. Great.
Okay. Looking forward and all the best for you.
Thank you so much.
You're from Meerut, right?
Yes, I am from Meerut. This is a small town, or not a town, it's now a full-fledged city near Delhi in Meerut, in UP.
I am aware. I'm very well aware about it.
Yes,
Not to worry.
the city is more known about bad things than good things, but
Not
that's
at
about
all.
it.
See, I am married to a person who works for defense. Okay,
Oh,
so Meerut is one of his
yes,
operational areas.
yes,
So
yes.
not to
It
worry,
is
it's a very good
largest, one of
town
the
only. It
largest.
has got its own positivity.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Yes, now I'd like to listen to Yugender. Yugender, over to you.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah.
So I'm HR professional. I'm into the HR from the past 6 years onwards. So I'm a graduate from 2014 as a electrical engineer. So I'm an electrical engineer. I'm doing HR job. So that's what the thing is.
Same here, buddy.
Yes, yes, yeah. That's what. Even I'm just comparing with Neeraj sir. So the main confusion. So after
Can you
coming
speak
to
a
the
little louder, Yugender? Your voice is very soft. Maybe
one minute,
you were not a person who was made to be, an engineer, but later you discovered this and become into HR, and that is
are you,
further,
are you
toned
able to
your
hear me?
voice also.
Are you able to hear me, ma'am?
I can hear you, not that I can't hear you, but your voice is pretty low.
1 second, maybe because of the sound issue. 1 second. Now is that okay?
Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Great, Ugandar.
Yes, yes. Thank you, sir. So as mentioned by Neeraj sir, so after coming to this HR field, I realized that so HR is my passion. HR is the thing that I like. So, but
Mm,
when I see background, so why I did my engineering, why I wasted 6 years of time. I completed my diploma, then after I joined in my engineering. Okay.
mm,
So then I realized that okay, after completing of my 10th class, there is no one is there to guide me. Even my
mm,
parents don't know all the stuff. My principal said go and join in polytechnic so you'll get a job immediately. Then quickly, without even thinking, without even anything, I just joined. And then after I completed my diploma, after complete my engineering, I was stuck in my career to get a job in electrical department. Then I
mm,
realized that so this is not my calling. Then after coming to my HR field, so I realized that like me, there are so many people. Even I have been seeing so many people when they're coming for the interviews to the company. So the software and these kind of things, they're not cup of tea. But
mm,
for the sake of money, for the sake of identity, for the sake of society pressure, they're coming to this thing and they're getting a lot of pressure. They're leaving the companies in between. And when when someone, the senior, if the someone scolded little also, they're feeling ashamed, they're leaving the companies. Then
mm,
I realized that okay, especially government, I mean I studied in a government school, so I realized that okay, I just want to guide a government people, especially 8 9 10th class students regarding the
mm,
career aspect. Why? Because after coming of their 10th class, after coming of their intermediate, they should know where exactly they want to go.
mm,
Otherwise it will be like a suffering throughout the lifetime. So that is the main motto. After I realized that, even I used to give some counseling to one of few of my friends regarding the career thing and everything.
mm,
Then after I realized that somewhere I thought of going for the career counseling part. Then I searched in the internet. I find so many institution, but
mm,
I found your database that you mentioned a lot of skills like software engineer, UI engineer, a lot of skills related to the different career paths. Then I realized that without having a proper research, it won't be possible. So I have seen your curriculum and everything. Then I realized that okay, you came to this platform to help so many people. So
mm,
that's why I enrolled for you this EduMiles.
mm. That's excellent. In fact, see, each one of you might have this outcry. Why India, even after 75 years of independence, is called as a developing country, right? It's still being called as a developing country. When will it be called as a developed country? What is not available in India?
Yes, ma'am.
Something is not available in India. Why should people like Britishers, French, and Mughals try to conquer us? Right? The wealth is naturally available in India. if you look at the statistics, India produces 15 lakhs engineers every year.
Yes, ma'am.
Not even 50% of them are working as engineers.
Yes.
Out of the remaining 50, one is at least, at least 25 years before engineer. And another person is here sitting as 6 years before engineer, right? They're not working as engineers because always the career decision is decided by somebody else.
Yes, ma'am.
The individual greatly doubts whether do I have the capacity to decide my career.
Yes.
Did you sense that? That is what is the main pain point in the industry today.
Yes, ma'am. That's true.
Right?
Radha, I would add, Radha, here we choose the career under the social pressure.
Correct.
We have so much of social obligations that things go haywire for ourselves.
Correct. That there is a misconception about it.
Yes.
Right? Two things in India actually, is making us still be called as a developing country. One is education, another is medical. Both are not affordable for everyone. He was stating about, I'd like to support, I did from a government school. Right? How many parents today are actually sending their school children to get their school education from government school? They want to put them into a self-financed private school.
Yes, ma'am.
They see my husband's younger brother, he moved from Dubai to India. Right? Now his child was doing an education there. Now she's been put to 2nd standard. The guy has paid 3 lakhs for her 3rd standard admission in one of the international schools. Is it really worth? What is that child going to extra learn? Correct?
Yes.
The value is not even rightly understood. It becomes a social status like what you have said. Right? People, and what they do till their school education till 12th, they put their children in private schools or convents, and for the higher studies, they don't put them into self-financed colleges also. They look for a government quota. Because if you check out IIT colleges or NIT colleges, the fee per annum for an engineer is only 17,000 rupees, correct? Can finish the engineering degree in 1 lakh rupees, these colleges. But is it affordable to get by everybody? No. The 12th mark is not deciding, correct?
Yes.
It's your competitive exam which is deciding. But that competency, where from it is coming? Is it to be decided? It comes only from the convent? No. How many children from government schools are able to, crack those IITs, J2Es, and also any kind of competitive exam, including the civil administrative exams?
Radha, I can share a data with you. In my city, the number of best practicing doctors, the renowned doctors, which are there, which are working in this city, and Meerut has its own medical college, and it's very renowned, and everything is there, right? 90% of those doctors who are there, who have big names in the city, come from government schools. Correct. They are not from any convent schools.
Correct.
Only 10 to 15% people are there who are there from the private schools. Can you imagine that? Correct. So if you look at things, the problem is not with us. That's a huge topic. I don't think
Correct.
we should take
we
it
will
up
cover upon
right
it.
now.
I'm coming to it. Okay, we'll cover upon it. Because there is always a parental misconception in the approach. The Mamajis and Sharmajis in our neighborhood decide what career that our children have to take.
Yes.
That's the biggest unfortunate, curse in our society today. That has to be transformed.
Yes.
No parent does a self-medication for their child when the child is physically sick. Right? They don't go to the pharmacy and say that you give me this medicine will treat my child's fever. They take them to a doctor, correct? While doctors deals with the physical health, you career counselors deal with the mental health. They have to be coming under your guideship, correct?
Yes.
No random medicine is taken. Right? There are many kind of effects that can be there. You people were speaking about, I think particularly Neeraj was talking about the mental health. What is the root cause? So when to understand the root cause? After getting affected or before possibly getting affected? right?
before-
Even in psychology, in mental health, there are two major branches. One is clinical and another is counseling psychology. Clinical
Yes.
psychology people are deployed to understand the root cause of the problem being experienced by an individual, which is an effect.
And you were right, Radha, here in clinical psychology, maximum time it is after the person has been affected by it.
Affected. Yes,
They,
the root,
they are
the
treating that.
cause and effect, the cause
Yes.
and the effect. Okay.
And we have come to know that in clinical psychology, maximum time the patient is being given antidepressants and
Intervention
all
in
these things.
understanding the root cause. Okay, the cause and effect, it is like a chicken and egg equation. Which
Absolutely.
has come first? Cause or
Yes.
the effect? So the clinical
And-
psychologist, what they do is they understand the effect of the current problem and they try to give a solution for it, right? There could be a therapeutic condition where sometimes people are actually made ready with the counseling. But the counseling psychology is a branch where it actually does a visualization of what can be the effect. See, effects are not always negative. Effects can be positive or even negative. That has to be visualized well in time. When a candidate has got bright opportunity to become a doctor, that has to be visualized, not by Tom, Dick, and Harry's. A person who has learned in it, who knows the art of doing it. Right? What are the conditions that a person is good to become a doctor? People think becoming a doctor or engineer is a professional study, no doubt. But that is not the only career. You could see children selecting biology group to become doctors. When they are not able to qualify the NEET exam, they take up any kind of decision. They think that they are not fit at all. A student who has done biology studies where they are not able to qualify to become a doctor, there are compromises. Doing BDS, if I don't get an MBBS, BDS, or at least physiotherapy. The medical diagnostic center people are minting money today. Everybody is exploiting the fear of every individual. One day you go and make a test for yourself, a master health checkup. 2-3 years, you cannot come out of that fear. All right. So there are people who are making money in different domains. We are not in favor of any career. We are in favor of the career where the individual can be successful. That should be the mission, correct? That is how a country is going to be called as a developing country. Because if you can see, education in India is not very easy to obtain. We don't have as many doctors, costing fortune, medical expenses. To become a doctor also, they have to spend amount of money. Like you said that Meerut has got wonderful doctors who have come from the government colleges. Nobody wants to go for the government college and earn it, right? Then they're demanded to go and sit in a public health administration in government hospitals. Correct? The parents, if they are doctors, they want their children to become doctors. To declutter their mind is very, very hard. Right? How can we actually, remove the scar from the society? Psychometric approach. That's what we are going to magically hear. Listen. Keep your fingers crossed. Whether should I work with effect or cause? All right. Good to be hearing from you, Yugender. More to come. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks for that. Even I am just thankful for Neeraj, sir. So actually, he is my upgraded version. That's what I see.
Okay. Now, I would like to hear from Loon.
Yes, am I audible?
You're perfectly audible.
All right. As you already called me, you can simply call me Loon because my name might be a little hard to pronounce for you and all of you here. I'm from Manipur, and I basically want to come into this CCA because I feel that a lot of students today are in need of career guidance and counseling for the career parts, because there's a huge gap that is existing between students and what type of career should they go into. So I'm just here trying to find ways on how to fill that gap, how to breach that gap, so that students can have more easiness in finding their dream jobs or finding their goals or career goals or whatever goals they have in life, instead of being stuck in after bachelor's without any employment, and just moving on to whatever they can find. So the iota of everything is to simply guide students in a way that can be fulfilling for them in the long run. And I've come across CC, I mean, Edu milestones after browsing the internet for certification courses. In fact, I've already practiced in my own experience, because I've been teaching in schools for like 2, 3 years. And from those experiences and the findings that I have on students and their career selections, I've been practicing career counselings for quite some time. And then after practicing it for some time, I feel the need that I should get into more detail so that I could be of more help to the students that I intend to help. That can be all for now. Thank you.
Great. So since you are already a part of education, you know the pain, very intensively what each and one are experiencing, right?
Yes, that is true.
So very tough to see people when they are unable to decide what next, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
If you see in Google, a monthly average search is about more than 1 million searches about career or career guidance or career counseling.
Mm-hmm.
Right? When you take in a month in a one geography in Google, if you can see, it is at least what after 10th, what after 12th, what after
Hi,
university.
good morning, Sharandaji. I'm so sorry. I would not be a part of this. I'm into a training. I'm sorry.
Okay. So you can see that each of them, what after 10th, what after 12th, what after graduation, all these, each of them is at least 10K searches in one geography. Okay. So that way I'm sure to have an insight from you that every candidate you're meeting, you can always see something gray in their mind, unclear what to do next. Correct?
Mm-hmm. That is true.
Right? How happy will you feel when you're going to actually clarify this, right? It's a magical experience, isn't it?
Yes, it would be, and I am right now facing the same thing with my son. He's in 10th right now. He's going for his board examinations, and he has every day he comes up with one more thing. I would be in merchant navy, then I want to be a chef. I want to be this. I want to be that, and this keeps on coming every day.
Yeah.
So I think I would be the happiest one once I get through with him, right?
Correct. So Loon was actually handling this. You are handling only with your son. Loon is handling with many students of this kind. Okay. Right. Nice. Good to know about you, Loon. Gopinath.
Thank you so
Ganesh
much.
Gopinath. Ganesh Gopinath,
Yes.
over to you. A person who
Right.
is already in the career counseling industry. Right. Share your experience.
Okay. Before everything, am I audible enough?
Yeah. Perfectly audible.
All right. So yes, Edu Milestones is not new to me. I have already been through one of your programs last year. I mean, it was even a month, not a month, probably December 2020, I guess. That was when we had this program for people
Study
who
abroad.
want to get into. Yes, exactly. I was a part of that program, and I got a message from Fatima saying like, this is a very good opportunity for people who want to launch their business for career coaching and study abroad programs and all that. Like, so I thought, okay, fine, let me take this up. I definitely need a platform like this. So I thought, let me go ahead with it, and I enrolled myself for that program, and I got the platform. And a year after getting that platform, yes, I was able to seamlessly go through with the career coaching part. And here and there, I used to face certain challenges, and I was like thinking as in like, how do I overcome these challenges? So I thought, let me just go ahead with the certification program where I can learn a lot more on how to handle certain things. So that's the reason why I joined this program. And now a little bit about me. Even I come from the HR background. I hold almost a decade of experience in HR consulting. I was into recruitment. I was also handling various other roles in HR, but primarily I was into recruitment. So when I was in recruitment, when I was interviewing people, just like what Yugandhar said, and just like what Neeraj said, there are a lot of people in the industry who have no clue of what they want to become in their career. When they come out of the college, when they come out of the education system, they have absolutely no idea of what sort of a career that they want to carve for themselves.
Yes.
All they simply need is just a job to push things forward so that they can run their daily bread and butter, and they can just go about it. But ultimately, when we look at what kind of a end game that they are going to face, they have no clue.
True.
And when I used to interview them, I mean, I used to get a lot of responses which made no sense. And I thought, okay, how do we address this? I mean, probably is it because like they are not trained properly? I was like assuming like we need to do some sort of a training for them. I mean, at that point when I was employed, I used to give a lot of ideas saying like, okay, when they come in for the interview, we'll ask them to undergo a small training so that they can perform better in the interview. And even then, like we used to have a lot of shortfalls in terms of people getting selected for the positions that they've applied for. And I was like thinking, what's the reason that they are not able to get through? And I thought, okay, fine, let's go to the institutions, let's go to the colleges and provide training there. And even that did not really address the core issue. And uh, with all that, like we did a lot of innovative ideas. Even when I was working, I gave them a lot of ideas. Things worked out. Certain things worked out. Certain things did not work out. But ultimately, the area what I really wanted to focus on, it was not getting addressed. And I had to come out of my employment at one point of time because, like, HR always play a dirty part in getting people out of the employment system, and I was out of it. But then, like, I did not lose my head. I thought, okay, fine. What if I'm out of the employment system? I have things on my own. I can start things. And 2017, I came out and I thought, let me do something properly this time. And I started doing a lot of groundwork. I started doing a lot of search on as in like, what is the gap? What is the main reason why people are not able to find out what is the right career for them? And that is when I figured out, okay, fine. It's basically career coaching, career guidance, career counseling that is absent in our country. But then like I was like still finding a lot of people calling themselves as a career counselor. And I was like thinking, okay, there are a lot of people who call themselves as a career counselor, but still why is the gap? But then I found out the so-called career counselors who are there in the industry, they simply just promote a certain career or a certain course. But they don't do an unbiased guidance based on the student's need or the candidate's need. I thought, okay, fine. So this is the gap. And again, at that point, I came across a video of a career mentor from the US, wherein like she was addressing a group of students in California, UC. And I went through her video. It was a very clear video on why should people choose career coaching, career counseling. And it made a lot of sense to me. And I thought, okay, fine. This is where I want to step in. And then I started my career coaching entrepreneurship in 2018. From there, it has been going on. And now when it comes to, again, Edu Milestones, like I said, I needed a platform because like I was finding it a little difficult to manage a lot of things, including the assessment, because the assess the assessment what I was having again, it was like a pen and paper assessment where it actually took a lot of time, and getting an accurate result for the assessment was again a pain. So I thought, let me find a solution for this. Let me try and get a platform for this, so that it would be a easier journey for me. And here I am now.
That's excellent. That was a very good storytelling. In fact, I think this would have actually, made others also feel like, yes, I've also traveled these kind of thought process in my mind. It was well narrated. Okay. So no doubt, like you
Thank
were
you.
speaking about wanting to understand the gap. See, very unfortunate about the students community here today is even those who have completed graduation. They don't have a statement of purpose. They just want to be somewhere in order to satisfy their Mr. M money. Correct? Because it's been seeded in our society pan India.
Exactly.
People need money for their survival. Correct? Which is actually much believed after Maslow's need hierarchy theory. But they fail to understand, like, why they are to justify there, why I should be there. Even your attempt, which you were sharing that, in the process of hiring, where you are doing a competency mapping, the individual is not good enough to justify themselves why they need a job. Had you identified in campus to drive, when they write a resume, they have been trained. There are many people who train children to write resumes. You could see that the objective, what is mentioned there in a single page resume is, I'd like to join your esteem organization and grow my knowledge. Doesn't the organization have any other business other than growing their business? Why would they want to grow somebody's knowledge? They would look to brand themselves, correct?
Very true.
Children are not even educated to set an object. SOP is missing. Statement of purpose. Why I should be where and how am I justifying to be there? Right? That is the main pain point. They don't have self-awareness. Right? That's what is
And to interrupt you here, I also have in terms of building.
Ganesh, I suggest you can switch off your camera so that otherwise, you're lagging. Internet is lagging.
Yeah.
I think you can switch off your camera so you can have a connect. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I was like saying. Even I help people in terms of creating a good resume as well. Just as you were saying, people have no clue on how to write their resume. Even I do that. I help people on that. So as a part of my journey, as a part of my business model, I have also incorporated that, so that, like, since I'm doing career coaching, let me also coach people on how to write their resume as well. Because that's something much needed for the people these days.
That is at least, a beginner. You ask for a person with 3-year-old experience, 4-year-old experience to pen down their CV. They'll head it as biodata. Biodata are people who have actually achieved multiple milestones, right? It's a bio summary about their different milestones which they have crossed. But a CV, curriculum vitae, is what they have handled, where they have been, super efficient in handling. They are not able to narrate it, correct? Just have to tell their own story, correct?
Absolutely. But they are not able to.
Correct. Like, why I said that, whatever you said or you talked was a story, right? Storytelling. Why I am fit there? It interests people who are listening, correct?
Very true.
Right? So even if it is a technical profile, also build the story that what you've been delivering. That means your heart is much attached to it. Your emotion is more attached to it. A person who is not attached emotionally to a work area or a domain, how they can see any greater heights there?
Very true. Absolutely.
My compliments, Ganesh. A great name for the company, Guided Minds. Great, fantastic.
Thank you. Even that came after so much of deliberation, so much of working.
I know. Coming up with a name is a tough task.
I know, but many people, it's not a tough task. If your mission are actually, there, you will be able to establish your own brand. What is branding? Today, if I have put in a condition that all of you must give me a proof of your education, what will you do? Will you give your originals?
No.
Not at all.
What will you give?
No.
What will you give, Namrita? But I need a proof of your education. What will you give it to me?
Scanned copies.
I'll give you my CV. Resume it to you.
CV is fine. CV is your story, right?
But education proof is scanned copies. That's it.
Experience certificates.
You should give me not a virtual copy. I need a physical copy from you. How
Yeah.
will you give me the physical one? Will you give your
Photocopy.
originals? No.
Photocopy.
How many people are very aware to call it a photocopy? Many people say that. I'll take a Xerox and give it to you. Correct?
Exactly. They don't call it as a photocopy.
Correct.
No, but
They don't know. Photocopy is a common language, common name.
no, it
Why?
is a
Because
it is a photocopier machine. Xerox was the company to come up with
company
photocopier
name. It's a
machine.
brand. Correct?
Yeah.
And they would say, and you can see the shops will be having a board called a Xerox Center. Inside will be an HP or a Canon machine.
Yes.
No, but people, when it is HP, they know it as a computer.
Yeah.
Right? Canon, they will know it as a camera. Correct? They
Yeah.
don't know. Everything is imaging. They don't know about image science.
And adding on to what Ganesh was saying,
Radha,
while
I'm suffering a lot from these things, no? Because
Correct. See,
That's-
people, even forget about this Xeroxing, which is another one common requirement of every individual.
I'll tell you something.
Radha, I just want to
Radha-
share a small story that recently I get a job in, I've completed my all study from BHU, Banaras Hindu University. Recently I got a job, right? But you are just telling about that branding and, your image. So
Correct.
I'm living in Mumbai and I have a 5-year-old kid. That principal knew me because I was a ex-student of that college. He called me on that day. Are you okay with this salary? Are you okay to come here to survive? Means like the way you are presenting yourself, the way you are living your lifestyle, people judge you.
Correct.
They don't want to think that
They even come and confuse you.
Yeah.
Correct. They come and confuse you.
I'm not
A common man as a plumber or a carpenter, they don't call it as an adhesive. They call it as a Fevicol or even an MC. Correct? A plumber or an electrician.
Yes.
Okay. The toothpaste,
Now,
we call it as toothpaste. We call it as
I'll share a small story with you. My maternal uncle is in travel industry, right? So as I was saying, the people at when we were in our schools, the only careers which were looked upon, good careers were, I either become a doctor or an engineer. There was nothing else, right? So my mama did MBA from Indore and everything, and he joined the travel industry. So can you imagine what his mother asked him? She asked, "What's your salary?" So at that time he said it's 15,000. That was a good amount. So she said, "Beta, एक बात बताओ, आपको टिकट काटने के 15,000 कौन देता है?" So for her, travel industry was putting up tickets, giving tickets to people, travel tickets.
Correlate in all the scenarios.
Yes. So they didn't understand that is a career. So it's same like you're talking about Fevicol or you're talking about Xerox copy. It is the same because for them, travel industry is giving tickets to people to roam around.
See, the point is, if the parents don't know, there's nothing wrong. Okay. Why the individual is, refusing to understand that reality? Is it not that students bound and responsibility to decide where they have to be? Why are they depending on others? When somebody is actually weak or shy or inhibitive about anything, it is because they are not aware about their own strength.
Yes, and I feel here knowledge is the base of confidence.
Exactly.
So if you have the knowledge, you would be confident.
Nobody is born intelligent, Neeraj.
Actually,
the
yes.
IQ level of an human being to
Yes.
begin when their education starts at 6 years is only 40. Prodigies are exceptional, whose IQ can be in the beginning at age of 6 itself can be above 100 or 150. Right? Those are exceptions. We cannot take them as examples. In normal reality, is a child good to go and receive education? And it is not overdone, in 6 years, given a syllabus of class 10 to be studying, correct? It is step by step increasing.
Yes.
Right? The IQ level parallelly increases with the education where we are upgrading ourselves.
Right.
And this learning is a continuous process. People think that their education is completed after finishing a graduation and taken an employment. Huge level of learning happens after the employment, but that's in a different method.
Yes.
People
I
only consider child education and child learning.
I think I'll add on here. I lost a lot of good people who could be good in sales. I lost them just because they were unable to do articulation of what they want to say.
Hmm.
That's a
That is a
huge problem.
communication, right? That's a
Yes, that's a
communication.
huge
Skill
problem
can
with
be always developed.
yes,
People
and that
fail
can be
to
developed.
understand the difference between a skill and a nature. A
Yes.
person might not be hailing from a school which is an English medium school. Only thing is, if they are good at selling, they have to be, going and approaching people who are actually in the regional medium. There is every domain has a want. We know about the circular money motion, correct?
So Radha and that Neeraj sir, you are discussing the same thing. So I'm Namrata, I'm a live example of these things. What you guys know, I can correlate. It's a bad thing that.
Yeah, go ahead introducing yourself.
Yes. You want introduction? Just I want to tell my story actually.
Fine, you introduce and start your story. You have to introduce. We have to know, right, about you.
Yes.
Yeah.
All that सबने कर लिया था.
Yeah, सब कुछ हो गया.
All right. My name is Namrata Mishra. I am a counseling psychologist right now. But जो अभी आप you guys are telling that story ना, that education, medium, that everything. Just I want to start that. I am UP board student, that Hindi medium student. No? Earlier, I used to live in a village from class 1 to 12th. I am from village. I know everything what happened in village. But because my daddy was in LIC, so he was working in city Varanasi. So I got admission in BHU. I completed my my graduation in psychology honors and masters in clinical psychology from BHU. And I have 1 year work experience with DLF Foundation. And I have 1 year, I have lots of diploma I have done in my life. Like I'm a little bit nervous. I'm sorry.
No problem. Be very casual. All of us are your friends.
So,
Be comfortable.
Because मैं ये बोलना चाह रही हूँ कि I am a Hindi medium student, but education give you confidence to present yourself in front of society. I was from good family, but I was earlier living with my grandparents. So I learned a lot of things, Jyotishacharya, that village thing, that agriculture thing, the musical thing, the folk music in UP. I'm from UP, Varanasi. My native place. So I know everything. Earlier, I was same like this. My brother was engineer on that time. He said me just go and join for your medical. But I'm a tragedy queen. When I was in 12th, my mother was died cancer से. तो मैं कंप्लीट नहीं कर पाई. Like जो कोर्सेज मैंने लिए थे मेडिकल की प्रिपरेशन के लिए. So I was the one who was responsible for everything. So I just can I use English and Hindi? Are you guys comfortable?
Namrata, you can go ahead
Yes,
with Hindi.
yes, perfectly
I think
fine.
बहुत से लोग जो है ना हिंदी आर्टिकुलेशन आपकी तरह कर नहीं पाएंगे. तो आप अगर हिंदी में भी बात करेंगे तो बहुत अच्छा है. कम्युनिकेशन हिंदी is not a bad communication. It's a good communication. I love people speaking in Hindi.
All right. So thank you so much for giving this opportunity. So from 12th, 1 to 12th, I was good in I was not so much good in academics. I was just like most mola and all, enjoying the life. Yes, no problem. What is education? Nothing much. Yeah, and all. But all of a sudden, जब मम्मा को cancer detect हुआ, and मेरी बड़ी sister का शादी हो गया था. मेरे 2 भाई बहन छोटे थे. One was in 6th and one was in 10th, and I was just 12 passed. And my mother was dying, and I was just completed my 12th, right? And on that time, I cracked 2-3 like good courses like BSc Agriculture, BSc Biotechnology from known universities from in Varanasi. There are lots of Varanasi is known as a education capital of UP. So वहाँ पे जितने कॉलेजेस थे मैक्सिमम हो गए थे, बट डैडी सेड कि नो यू नो नीड टू गो फॉर, बिकॉज मम्मा को भी कैंसर होके भी ये हुआ है, दीदी गया है, सो यू शुड स्टॉप योर स्टडी फॉर 1 year, एटलीस्ट यू शुड अंडरस्टैंड घर में कैसे होता है। अर्लियर अभी क्या होता था कि इतने लोग नहीं सोचते थे दैट यू शुड टेक हेल्प ऑफ मेड ना फॉर ऑल द थिंग्स। So I just break my study for 1 year. Then I want to become I was PBC student, physics, biochemistry. I want to be go in medical field. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a maybe nurse. जाना चाहती थी like nurse, doctor and biotechnology. On that time 2006 I'm talking about. उस समय बड़ा बनारस में क्रेज था कि लाइक ये चीजें 3 करेंगे, बायो वाले बच्चे ये कर सकते हैं BSc या फिर मेडिकल या फिर नर्सिंग 3. So but family background, the things always impact your life. So on that time सब चीजें हुई, फिर I got that admission in BA. There was social science, economics, English and one mild subject like psychology. तो मुझे समझ नहीं आता था, oh my god, what is sociology, ये क्या है और कैसे करना है, बट और उसके साथ साथ द होम रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, मेरी छोटी बहन 6 में थी, मेरा भाई 10th में था, मेरे डैडी ऑफिस में जाते थे, ब्रांच मैनेजर थे, ही वाज इन LIC, सो आई हैव टू मेंटेन ऑल द थिंग्स विद माय एजुकेशन. सो ही नाउ, मेरे पापा भी नहीं है, पापा भी पिछले साल कोविड में चले गए, तो ये बट माय फादर वाज नो, जो भी मैं आज हूँ इट्स जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ माय फादर. वो डैडी बोलते थे कि वो मुझे BA में एडमिशन लेने गए, तो उस समय भी वहाँ पे ये आपका NCC 7 UP स्क्वाड्रन एयर विंग होता है, तेरा 3 विंग्स, मर्चेंट नेवी एंड सॉरी नेवी, आर्मी एंड एयरफोर्स. तो मेरा पापा ने बोला कि आपको NCC एयरफोर्स में एडमिशन लेना है मेरे लिए, तो क्योंकि मैं चाहता हूँ आपको एयरक्राफ्ट उड़ाना चाहिए, ठीक है, आप बहुत टैलेंटेड हो, आपने हमारे लिए बहुत कुछ किया, लेकिन मैं आपको इसके लिए तैयार करूंगा. तो डैडी जनरली रात को मुझे रेडी करते थे इंटरव्यू के लिए, और फाइनली मैंने क्रैक किया था वो विद माय ग्रेजुएशन. इट वाज एडिशनल, सैटरडे संडे होता था, बट वो किया. उसके बाद मेरा एयर में भी रिकॉर्ड है, अग्नि 07 का 1 hour 50 minutes मैंने हवा में उड़ाया है. मैं गांव की लड़की, यूपी बोर्ड, हिंदी बोलने वाली, बट आई वाज सेलेक्टेड इन दैट. इन 2008-9 आई वाज सेलेक्टेड इन दैट वन. और फिर आगे नहीं जा पाया क्योंकि मैथ्स का कुछ सीन हो गया, लाइक CATC और बेंगलोर जाते हैं ना, बहुत सारे कैंप्स होते हैं उसके बाद भी, तो उसमें आप सिलेक्शन होते हैं ताकि आप एयरफोर्स में अगेन आप करें, तो मैथ्स वगैरह नहीं था, तो कुछ सीन उसमें भी हो गया. वही रीजन ना, अभी हम सीख रहे हैं दूसरों को सिखाने के लिए, लेकिन अभी दिस इज द प्लेटफॉर्म दैट आई कैन शेयर माय स्टोरी. सो फिर मैंने डिसाइड किया कि ठीक है उसमें नहीं जाते हैं, तो क्योंकि मैं बायोलॉजी की स्टूडेंट थी, तो इसमें बिहेवियर, बायोलॉजिकल बेसिस ऑफ बिहेवियर था, सो मेनी थिंग्स आर नो रिलेवेंट फ्रॉम बायोलॉजी टू साइकोलॉजी. आप जानते हैं बहुत कुछ है जो कि कॉमन था, तो आई स्टार्टेड लाइकिंग दैट सब्जेक्ट साइकोलॉजी, एंड I get good marks in economics, but my brother said कि no, if you what you want, तो तुम वही लो. तो मैंने कहा आई एंजॉइंग साइकोलॉजी, मुझे अच्छा लगता है लोगों से बात करना, कम्युनिकेट करना, कोरिलेट करना है ना, उन्हें सिखाना कि लाइफ में रुकना नहीं है, ऐसा कुछ करना. सो आई वांट टू, तो मैंने फिर कंटिन्यू किया. इन 2012 आई कंप्लीटेड माय मास्टर्स, और आई वाज एक्सीलेंट अवार्डेड इन माय कॉलेज. आई वाज गुड इन सिंगिंग, आई वाज गुड इन एंकरिंग. I completed my yoga diploma during my master's. So I've done so many diploma in my life. In 2012, I get married also. No? In 2012, February 2024, I got married with Mr. Umang. 11 years back. I was so young on that time. मुझ कर सकती थी. I was so studious, but on that time ये हुआ कि घर में शादी कर लो. रीजन बच्चे और भी हैं, हमारे भाई बहन ज्यादा थे, सबने बोला आप कर लो ताकि आगे को और मौका मिले. मैंने कहा ओके, लाइक दूसरों के लिए जीते रहे आप. फिर ठीक है. देन आई गॉट 3 year ब्रेक. रीजन बिहाइंड, आई वांट टू नो कि आफ्टर मैरिज टाइम देना होता है ना, यू शुड गिव ऑल योर टाइम टू समवन टू अंडरस्टैंड. इट्स टोटली अरेंज मैरिज, सो आई जस्ट go. But whenever I realize ki there is something empty in me, there is something lacking in me, I want to do. I'm excellent awarded, I have NCCC certificate, I have yoga diploma. और उस समय तक 2015 why I'm here, why I'm sitting here like this? No, if you have education, go and contribute to society. So in 2014 I cracked again an entrance exam in Jamia Millia Islamia, Delhi. because मैं दिल्ली में शादी हुई बनारस से, ठीक है? So there was only 20 seats, but I cracked that entrance on that time. It was advanced diploma in counseling psychology. Okay, in 2014-15, I think, yes. So I completed my advanced diploma in counseling psychology degree there. And after 1 month completing my diploma, I get job in DLF Foundation in CSR section. And I was highly paid. When I enter in Jamia, on that day, there is Tej Haritalika Tej. So I put all the, sindoor, mehndi, and also all my colleagues call me like, Bhanji, why you are here? You are coming after 3 or 4 years. You should stay at home, right? But when result declare hua, I was topper again. Jab sabki job lagi, I was highly paid. People get, some 35, 15, 25. I get 46 on that time, 7 years back. So people say, okay, how you manage? और सबसे बड़ी बात कि मास्टर्स तक, I'm sorry, but मैंने हिंदी में ही एग्जाम किए थे. I was so good in हिंदी. और yes, I use some terminology like, say introduction, ऐसा behavioral, we can write that, schizophrenia, उसको हम ऐसा थोड़ा लिखेंगे कि ये मनोविदलता है. We will write schizophrenia. Yes, but my medium of giving paper is Hindi. But in Jamia, all things like English. No? So, in my internship, I have done 3 different internship training, 3 different fields. One in addiction center, one in child psychology, one in couple counselor at Dwarka Family Court, Delhi. So, all things where, your presentation, your files, your things, जो भी आपको submit करना था, everything was in English. So, मैं ये कहती हूँ कि ज्ञान और भाषा दोनों अलग है. Knowledge and language is different. If your knowledge, if your IQ level is high, if you are okay, you can manage. I think you can manage. I think not only English and Hindi is the language is not a barrier. I think because from masters, 1 LKG to masters, I used to write all the things in Hindi, but when I take
not to worry, Namrata. I know it is actually dragging. We have to get into the training. I'm
so sorry. I'm so sorry. I can't take
no need to feel sorry about it. But as a trainer, I'll have to hold back the interest of time of everyone. There will be a lot of association going on between you people, right? In future, you will have a lot of let out from your side, how you've been in different situation achieving and where you have felt any kind of barriers, how you broke those barriers. Some of the barriers are still continuing. Many things will come in everybody's walks of life, right? So stay confident. Language is just a medium of communication.
Yes, I agree.
Not to worry, but unfortunately, this particular deliverables on the training will be completely in English. Do not worry. The terms what I used, having done a clinical psychology masters, you will not find any much of trouble in internalizing it. Even though certain terminologies you don't understand, you can always ask for explanation. I'm happy to give. This is also good not only for you. Maybe some of you are coming from engineering background or different domain. Okay, these might be new strange words or terms to you. Not to worry. You will have a comfort line there. Okay, and you are from which part you told me?
Yes, I have 1 year work experience from DLF Foundation.
No. Which area of which geography of India?
Right, I am. My native place is Varanasi. Right now, I'm living in Mumbai, Navi Mumbai.
Very good. So absolutely fine. There are many people in each of your locations where there are many counselors. If you go to Google and search career counselors near me, it can throw a lot of information about you, about the different counselors.
That is, I'm here, ma'am.
How you can actually stand distinct. How you can stand distinct is only on your knowledge area.
Yes, ma'am. I want to enhance my
keep our fingers crossed how to actually keep on nurturing that knowledge. Okay.
All right, ma'am.
Good. Thank you very much for each one of you about introducing yourself. Shall we move to the next part of our session?
Sure, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, I am going to be giving you an insight about how this program module is going to go over. So, there are 2 levels of training. One is level 1. In level 1, I will be delivering 2 parts of the program, which is common for all 5 of you. Okay, which is actually for the certification purpose as a certified career analyst. What I will deliver in level 1, in part 1 and part 2 will come in the next slide. But I'm giving you about the takeaways. Clear? Broadly. Now, level 2 is for people who have actually enrolled for Edupana program. Okay. So when you see Ganesh, since he is already having a platform, he has opted only for level 1 certification. But I'm unsure whether in the level 2, there are 2 parts. One is the technology platform orientation, which is already over for you, Ganesh. If you want to understand about this market, okay, if you are looking for a business strategy learning areas, that is also delivered, which will be delivered by our CEO and also co-founder Vipin Prashant.
All right.
Right? You are optional to choose that. That is also an additional learning. During this discussion in this level 1 training, many times I would be actually talking about knowing your customers.
Right.
If you feel that it is a value addition to you, you can upgrade and also enroll for that discussion also.
Okay. I would like to go for it as well. Not a problem.
Okay, you can talk to your business consultant and you can also upgrade it parallelly so that you will be mapped to the upcoming session on that. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Second, when it comes for Neeraj, you are directly eligible for the complete 2 modules. That is, the level 1 and level 2. Since you have already signed up for an Edupana module. Okay. And then when it comes for Loon for now, I think your commercials have completed with the level 1 alone. The earliest you upgrade and complete your commercials for level 2, you will also be mapped. I'm seeing that. I also had an information from Zalak when I cross-checked with her. She also confirmed that you will be upgraded as you complete your commercials. So you will also be eligible after that for level 1 and level 2. Namrata and Yugender, for now, you are actually eligible for certification only. As like
Radha, I'm sorry. Can you just come back because I just missed it. Somebody called me up.
No problem, Neeraj. I'll tell about it once again. For Namrata and Yugender, both of you will be also having a possibility to upgrade. Why will you need to decide for an upgrade? As we keep on going, it'll be very magical to understand. Okay. Then for Neeraj, once again, I'm reiterating for you, you are directly enrolled for an Edupana program where both the levels of training are open for you. Okay. In level 1, for all of you, we are going to be using the same Zoom link and we will join the same time every day till Friday. The level 1 training is programmed till this Friday. So we have started on 9th and we'll be continuing till 10th, 11th, 12th. Sorry, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th. Till 13th, your level 1 training areas will be covered in the live lectures. Okay. We'll have a everyday 3 hours program. And also, this 15 hours of learning has been planned in delivering a particular curriculum. In delivering this curriculum, like today, what happened, you may not be able to resist involving and discussing and giving your own experiences, information. It might slightly stretch about 15-20 minutes to close the session. I hope everybody is okay for it. 1:30 need not be actually a hard stop. If you are okay, I am okay. 1:40, 1:45. If you have a pressing stop by around 1:30 because you have to move to your next agenda, you can actually inform them. At least if not by 1:30, 1:35, we will close. So that in the view of it, we will actually skip any kind of a discussion like what happened today in the introduction, right? We ended for 2 minutes, but it went about little lengthy because it was, very nice to keep exchanging all these kind of our exposures, right? It was really good. Okay, so this is one. And if it requires, there are some things which are unavoidable to discuss. Don't hesitate. If required, I am also open to give you one more extra. But your learning outcome should be, satisfactory. For the level 1 only, I am telling. Okay. So we will have every day a bio break in between after completing a session for 1.5 hours. So if we start by 10:30, if it's supposed to be closing by 1:30, exactly by 12, 10 minutes before 12 or 10 minutes after 12. We can have an in-between break for about 5 or 10 minutes. It's a bio break we can have, so that we can come with a fresh mind to further go into the concepts. Okay. And each of you, it is not necessary you have to come on the screen. If you feel that it is more impactful, you can come. Today I'm not coming on screen. Tomorrow I'll come on screen if required. If your bandwidth is not supporting, please disable your video camera and keep hearing and interacting, raising your question, chat your queries, everything can be done. Okay. So level 1 has got 2 parts, part 1 and part. In the next slide, I will explain what you can do. Level 2 has got platform orientation and also marketing training. The level 1 will complete in this first 1 week's time. After this, what you will do? You will have to prepare yourselves for an exam for certification. You will have to take an exam for certification. When we are running through the learning areas this week fully, you would have got the knowledge, you would have got an exposure. But always, to deliver counseling, your skill and ability has to be also be supportive to it. No doubt about the knowledge you have acquired, but the knowledge is converted as a skill and ability, right? For which you need to more practice. So what we are doing is, for your learning effectiveness, engaging you into assignments and activities. Lot of activities will happen during the session itself. Okay. So to administer these activities, 3 sample case studies will be given. Those are all not live case studies. Sample reports will be given to you by me. And you will do that one by one, not all of them at a stretch. Because if you happen to do any kind of errors, that same error will continue in the second and the third assignment also. So the 3 assignments are given for a better practice purpose. Before you go live and deliver counseling, how you can actually have the defects or the errors controlled in your hands. Okay, so to even go for an exam, you have 3 months longest time from today. Today is what, 9th January. 3 months time, which will be on or before April 9th, you will have to finish your exam for certification. Okay, and this exam for certification will be only online and held only on Saturdays. Okay, there will be one Saturday which will be informed to you soon, when the exam will not be conducted, because all our operations at Edu Milestone is on holiday that day. Till this month, it is 2nd Saturday. Next month onwards, we are planning for an operational efficiency to move it to first week. We will be informed on it soon. Barring that one Saturday, rest of the Saturdays, you are good to take your exams online. And this exam timeline is for 1 hour. Maximum allotted time is 1 hour. You can choose any 1 hour on Saturday. You will have to do a registration for the exam and you will receive an exam link previous day to the exam. That link opens exactly by 12 AM on Saturday. If you're in India, if you're outside India, whichever is your geography, on Saturday, 12 AM, that link opens. After you punch an OTP, that will also be sent to you via email after your registration. And that link, once punched with OTP, the session will be live for 1 hour. There'll be 40 objective types of questions on your level 1 areas, what you have learned. It evaluates your learning effectiveness on 4 important areas. One is the career path awareness, having familiarity about different career options. Second, the psychometric analysis. What are the emotional factors that we are considering? Based on that, how you find a career suitability for an individual towards a job. That is psychometric analysis. We not only check the suitability to a career, we also check the eligibility factor. The holistic career analysis includes a 5-dimensional model. We test your emotional and also your skill and abilities. So this is also tested. So career path awareness, psychometric analysis, career analysis, and also case studies. If any live counseling comes, how you will approach. The holistic process as a structural element will be shaped and will be nurtured in your knowledge. Okay. So in team, once you finish one first case study, once you submit that, you will also carry out a practice test, which is a mock to the final exam. You will understand how the questions are patterned in the final exam. That will be a mock practice test. So one sample report submission after your analysis and interpretation, followed by a practice test and a one-on-one review discussion with me. I am your trainer, correct? I am responsible for your outcomes. So in that case, if I've trained you on something, I cannot run away. Till you're completely effective, I have to provide you handholding for your exams. So therefore, 3 sample reports independently will be done by you, followed by a practice test 3 independently. So practice sample report 1, interpretation, and 1 practice test and 1 review, where we will be focusing on the areas of improvement. Whatever you know, you already know. Why should I come and actually do any kind of a postmortem? Nothing. I will be only working with you on your areas of improvement and how to improve. So this way, 3 sample case studies are handsome enough for you to get ready in 1 month's time also for exams. If I train a batch of people, at least 80% of them finish their exam in the 5th week. It's all the time that you are willing to allot. So in the 5th week, if you want to give your exam, you can register. And for those who have taken the tech platform, using this knowledge, when you want to go live, you have an hand-holding for your first 5 live counseling cases. You can decide whichever case study. Okay, first 5, I will provide you hand-holding. Doesn't mean that I'll sit with you directly for the counseling. Before you go for counseling, I would have completely prepared you how to approach it. So 5 are real-time live counseling cases where you can discuss with me one-on-one, having an hand-holding as how to approach that case study. Each of the case study, what I am showing to you as an assignment or even an hand-holding, the upper one-on-one discussion will be, 1 hour. Okay, it's more than enough. After which you people become easily independent. Maybe after your 50th or 100th counseling also, you come across a complex situation. Don't worry, you can approach us and discuss with me on your gray areas. I'll be able to suggest you how to handle it. That's it. Okay. So as an enabler, I'm ready to support if you people are participative and contribute. Okay, so mostly within 3 months time of maximum timeline, you're possible to set up your own career counseling services. Am I clear? On the structure of the training, anybody has any question, you can ask me now. Yeah, Ganesh?
No, ma'am.
Does anyone have any doubt on the structure of the training? How is it?
It's pretty clear.
Certification?
It's pretty clear.
Great. Okay. What is the time now? 12:30. Will you take a break and come back?
Yep.
12:20 will do good or 12:25? What will be fine?
Let it be 12:25.
All right. Great. Please come back.
All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Is everyone back? Can I continue?
Oh, yes, you can.
Yes, thank you.
Please go ahead.
Okay. So now
Yeah.
I'm going to break down your important takeaways. What will I deliver in part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4? Okay.
I think one of us is still missing.
Namrata is missing.
Mhm.
Okay. So now till Namrata joins, I also want to check out with one more point. Normally in every batch, there is a WhatsApp group created. Okay, so that you get complementing with each other, knowing each other, and also, collaboratively working. And many questions, many doubts, it might strike for some of you at one point of time, others might not have thought it in that perspective. Okay, these are the two advantages that you can personally take away. Third is, not every learning can happen in a live session, correct?
Yes.
So during the session, I would have explained you the concepts with some very limited activities. But to get an accurate knowledge, back-end assignment is required. So we'll begin with that one. So those assignments can be held in a WhatsApp group also as an activity. So can any one of you step forward and take the initiative in forming a WhatsApp group and then mapping everyone there? Will that be possible? Anyone?
Definitely.
Sure. We can go ahead with that.
Who is ready to actually initiate forming the WhatsApp group?
I'll do that.
Great, Neeraj. Thanks a ton for that. So I request every one of you to post your contact number available in WhatsApp in the chat here. So Neeraj, I'm also posting my WhatsApp number so that
Do it,
you will
please.
add my name also to the group, my number also to the group. That
Okay.
whatever activities you're doing, I'll be able to monitor and suggest improvements.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
Luke has actually already put his number. I have put my
just
number.
hold on. I'll have to save everybody's number and then do it.
Correct.
So,
Do it.
give me some time.
Yeah, sure. Take your time. And that's really great indeed for your initiative. Thanks a ton on behalf of everyone. I would like to voice it out. Okay.
Okay. So that's Loon, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Mm-mm-mm.
Namrata, you also give your contact number here so that Neeraj can map you to the WhatsApp.
All right, ma'am.
Now we have, just hold on. Oh,
One thing which I found very useful after getting the platform and Edu Milestones was I actually came across a student from Gurgaon, and that student was very specific that she wanted to engage with a counselor in her neighborhood. Fortunately, I was able to find someone through our Edu Milestones network, and I connected that student with her.
So that means you people are getting into the networking of the different career counselors in different geographies, beyond geographies.
Exactly.
Oh, ma'am,
Especially you
I
are
got
stepping
this.
into the fraternity of career counselors also.
Radha, ma'am, I got this information from PK Joseph. You know PK Joseph, I think.
Oh, yeah, correct.
He was my first boss. So
Okay.
we are still in touch. So he told me that now if you want to come back after your motherhood, I think this is the good thing you can add on in your CV and you can go through. So
Okay. So
that is
PK Joseph has sent many people to us for getting trained in this program. And in fact, he was actually, after he enrolled, he went into a bad effects of this COVID, he and his family.
Yeah.
And a very, very positive sounded person he is.
Same year, ma'am. I lost my father and grandmother same day. Second.
Okay. All right. So
That
shall
is
we?
why we and Joseph sir.
just hold on.
Yeah.
You will have to hold on because I have to scroll down, find out numbers, do it.
Yes,
Sir,
Neeraj. Agreed.
So
Agreed.
there is a 945. It is from Namrata. Sir.
Just hold on.
Perfect.
I send my number in chat.
Done. So I've got this. Now this is Namrata. Namrata is 9458.
94585
98569638.
Yeah.
So that's Namrata.
Yes, sir.
Namrata. Namrata, it is Dubey. You are Mishra or Dubey?
Sir, after marriage, I'm Dubey, but on my certificate, I want KM Namrata Mishra.
So I'll keep it Mishra, right?
Right. Yes. Yes. I'm okay with this. I love my father.
All right. Now,
Just hold on. I want to see if I've left somebody. So Namrata is there.
Yeah.
We've got Loon is there. Radha is there. Ganesh is there. So we are only 5 people right here.
Yugender, you left Yugender.
Yugandhar is there.
Yuga is
Yes,
there.
yes.
Ganesh is there.
Yes, it is there.
Are you there?
Yes, yes, yes. I guess like everyone has been added, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, I
We
would
are
have
6
given
person
you.
in this training, right? We are 6 person, including Radhama.
Yes.
PM Yugandhar. Then we have got
Neeraj, Radha, Namrata,
Neeraj,
Kandar.
Neeraj will be added automatically.
Yeah. So you are the
Ganesh.
boss now.
And then we have got
right.
Namrata is there. And then Loon
So
is
what
there.
is the purpose of this WhatsApp group? Actually, I was missing that.
During training, we'll be spending only 3 hours in a live session.
Right, right.
This
Right?
is
You will be actually involved into a lot of activities also.
Okay.
Now, once you learn on a dimension, those dimension will never be addressed the second day for one more time.
All right.
Whether if you have learned it or not, the improvisation will be given to you in a form of an activity so that you stay strong in that area. Okay. So for activity and also, being a network, these are the 2 objectives. Okay.
Okay. Nice, nice. Lovely thing.
Okay.
so 3 of the people have got invite from my side, right? Because then they cannot be added.
We can do that also, after.
They're there.
Yeah.
So hi
After
to everybody.
session also.
And if anybody has not
milestone.
received any, I've sent hi to them.
Yeah. I'm also showing a hi. After the session is over, all of you can actually, come and acknowledge saying a hi and giving your name so that each of us can store the number by your name. Okay.
Perfect.
All right. So now I am heading for the information about your important key takeaways from the training program. In level 1, to begin with part 1. See, when you're having somebody approaching you for career counseling, right? You might have not sometime thought about, I'm going to deliver counseling or I'm going to become a counselor. But for many people, you might have been a go-to person. If I go to Neeraj, if I go to Ganesh, if I go to Loon, or Gwender, they will be able to give me one or the other way, a suggestion. And that has worked for me. Maybe it would have been that, correct? But when you're starting up this professionally, we cannot have anyone extempo coming and demanding for career guidance. It's a structural process. It should be well planned and timed. So the process includes your discussion with the candidate, pre-counseling, a few of the discussions. And during counseling, there are few discussions. And post-counseling, some of discussions, how you would deliver. These are the 3 important episodes because you begin with observation, continue with analysis, and conclude with recommendation. Okay. Now, if this is the process, how do you undertake? How do you begin your interaction with the candidates? Right? When I say observation, you ask them lots of questions. Okay. If you're going to ask them lots of questions, you would be first time looking at what they're interested. And we pose certain questions. The parents also might ask you, on what basis are you asking me these questions? What's the reliability of these questions? And these questions, you need to also validate how. The questions have been abstracted on different dimensions from different schools of thought, the psychometric theories, which have been evolving from 19th century. Where are we today? We are in the 21st century, crossed 2 decades. What do you mean to say, Radha, that from the 19th century, are you picking out the abstracts of different theories? Yes. And how it has been validated and what are those dimensions? This is called as a comprehensive career planning assessment, CCPA, in which we ask them about their nature, which we call it as a personality. Personality is the nature of an individual at workplace, their behavioral traits. Okay, we'll understand this. We'll also understand their career interest. What are they interested to do at work? What do they enjoy? What do they like? We'll be first of all asking questions on these 2 areas. These are the emotional factors which behaves as a pillars in career analysis. Okay, what are these? Are you trying to understand the personality and interest of a child who is even in 6 years? No. In this age, till 12 years, right? From a just born baby to 12 years, they don't have anything basic nature in them. They're very fluid in their composition, that they take the shape of the container. Who is their container? Their parents or elders who make decision in the family. So they always, take up a higher responsibility in raising the situation in their life. But more of the contribution is connected only to their personal life. They can actually teach the children a life science because they are certain age. They have gone through so many things. They can do that operation conditioning. But when it comes for what kind of a career I'll have to go into, the child is getting more exposure only after 13 years. Can be the biological change is what is happening in them, transiting to an adolescent age. Or the subjects which are in current education pattern, giving them an outline or an overview about what kind of careers can be open for them. They start to know about in that stage. Parents can have a general overview, bird's eye view, that's all. They don't have an in-depth. And in this stage, you can see, like what Neeraj was saying, every day my son is home, he is asking for one new career. Because he or she, they are discussing with many people outside connected to the career. Always their mind is thinking, what shall I go and do? And they don't know, when they get into a place which is not compatible to them, they want to come away from that. And human behavior in any stage looks for a comfort factor. Yes, this is something, for me, I am comfortable doing. And they actually align with it. The opposite behavior is when they find they're not able to align, they resist. They're not comfortable doing it. You can find elders particularly. Come out of your comfort zone. I would always say, maybe I'm not empowered. If I am empowered, I will shoot the person demanding another person to come out of their comfort zone. Because when somebody is in their comfort zone only, their strength is elevated. They're able to prove themselves, talk more about, what is strong in them. Otherwise, they're very inhibitive. I don't know this. I'm not comfortable doing this. They're never allowed to tell this. People have to know their comfort zone. What is good for me? Where am I strong at? Personality is a strength of a person. They have to go and project it during that time when it is tested. So personality analysis is knowing the nature of a person. After 12 or 13 years only, because of their exposure to an external environment, they're getting to know about it. And they exhibit either a resistance or a favorable response to it, correct? Once they know their nature, you can also find that clarity helps them in speculating what they want to do. Yes, I like doing this. I am enjoying to do this. They speculate their preferences or their desires. This is what we call it as interest. See, both are having a spouse relationship, very complementing spouse relationship. The personality is originally known by a person. Later, the interest is speculating how I can grow there. So we are trying to understand these both. When you say that you are going to use these two and understand a person to give career recommendation, first thing, even a candidate or even a parent can ask you, what is the reliability of it? I said that there are proven theories. After crossing 1 century and also 2 decades in the 2nd century, how are we validating it? Won't this interest or personality change? From the field of psychology, we never say that it doesn't change. Personality and interest are adaptable to change, but there are certain subjective conditions when they exhibit a change possibility. We are exactly going to work on it. When you do a one-dimensional approach, this conflict will never be addressed. We are doing a multi-dimensional approach. To begin with, we are finding correlation between interest and personality, where both of them are vouching that the person is going to be successful in that career. So how do we do it? I will first begin with personality as a dimension, then interest as a dimension, under what condition they will change and how they are adaptable to change. To cover this part only, I may take time till Wednesday. If I start personality today, tomorrow I'll finish personality and begin with interest. If I begin tomorrow interest, then day after tomorrow I'll finish interest and also finish with 2-dimensional. I don't want to run away. You should be actually justified. Yes, there is a logic in finding correlation between them, because these two are pillars in career analysis. Why? Because interest is something very, very important. There might be people who are born prodigies or, highly, having intelligent quotient, IQ. Parents would say, my child is scoring 95%. Why he should not study science? But the person should be interested, correct? Otherwise, whatever studied and learned becomes dormant. Okay, the parent doesn't know that because they are not educated on this. Now, going forward, you are educated. You will be able to justify. And they always say, you do a lot of hard working, then you can actually become a doctor. See, the level of preparation has to be decided by the individual. And also the time taken to actually acquire that knowledge, correct? A person needs to fit into a career. They should be job ready, eligible. That eligibility is improving their skills and abilities in that area. Skill and ability is always acquired from outside, believe me. It's not inborn in every individual. Maybe 1 in a lakh or 1 in 10 lakhs or 2 in 10 lakhs can be, prodigies. Remaining are people in normal human anatomy. Their knowledge level increases year by year the way, they're exposed in a domain. It is actually acquired from outside. Will you agree with me if I say this? Someone who is interested in any particular domain, if they know that they are interested, will they be able to acquire the skills even if they don't have the skills? Because interest is going to drive them. But can you find people who say, I have a lot of skills, but I'm not interested? I'm looking how to develop my interest. Is it feasible? When somebody is not interested in an area, just because they hold a skill in that area, does it mean that they'll have to be working to develop the interest? Interest is something which is innate to a person that cannot be developed by any other external force. Nobody can actually force it, pierce it. So the analogy is, if somebody is found with an interest, growing their skill and ability is highly possible. For that, what is the learning style they adopt? Right? That can be actually identified in order to grow the skill and ability. Sometimes you might think an interest, something which is today, what if it changes after some time? Like what Ugandar was, sharing. My parents asked me to do engineering. I did engineering. It was not that, I was not interested in engineering. I was able to perform, correct, Ugandar? But when it came for a job, you did not want to choose any kind of a profile in engineering. You wanted a people association, correct? That doesn't mean that your interest has actually degrown on the engineering areas. For example, a child of 4 years, when you talk, if you ask the child, do you like biscuits? If the parents have habituated the child only with biscuits, the child will very bright face say yes. But when you visit the child, you take a chocolate and the child has tasted the chocolate for the first time. The enchanted child, what will it reply? Do you like biscuits or chocolates? That doesn't mean the child's liking towards the biscuit has degrown. When you are giving a comparison, do you like chocolates or biscuits? The child would say chocolates. Yes to chocolates, correct? Till then, the child has not tasted the chocolate at all. The same is also possible when you introduce an ice cream or a pastry to the child. Till a child is unaware about certain tasty items, the option is always, possible to change. It is the same in even career scenarios. When a child is actually, going with their parent or their elders and family, visiting a government office, an IAS officer is just stepping in. And everybody is actually giving a royal welcome to the IAS officer reporting to duty. The beacon lamp, siren, everything, the royalty is actually well, sensed by the child and might start dreaming. I'd like to become an IAS officer. This will be in the subconscious of the child because the child has experienced it. But the child in reality reaches a stage of a life to understand what should I do to become that. In the process, the child might come across even some hospital it is visiting. A surgeon has saved somebody's precious life. And the parent, kneeling down and the patient's attenders, they're kneeling down and thanking the doctor. And the doctor is, very humbly and wisely, responding to them. Seeing that gesture also might be important. Okay, I should become a doctor. There are many things which can subtly influence a child or objectively being forced by others in our environment. Children between 13 years to 21 years, they are scared of visiting anyone or even getting visitors home. The fun is, there might be people, domain experts. They'd come and ask, what are you doing? I'm doing a biology group. Okay, why don't you take biotechnology? After COVID, biotechnology has got a great demand. What is the proof for that biotechnology did not have a demand before COVID? What correlation has it got towards biotechnology and COVID? I don't understand. They don't even know what biotechnology handles. Biotechnology deals with the agricultural yielding, improvement in agricultural yielding. Every plant body has its own different structures. There is one component in a plant body called sphingolipids. What is its function? It is responsible for, if a plant is going to die, it is responsible for its structural destruction. Such an ironical term, no? Structural destruction. The plant doesn't all in a sudden die. The root is actually getting fungus or infected. First of all, the leaf colors will differ. It will start to wither. Many kind of internal processing is going on. And also, you can find a 4 feet tree, mango tree, which is a new hybrid, which can yield about 10,000 mangoes in a season. Likewise, anything related to plant biology is to deal with biotechnology. But the person has intended to talk about the COVID vaccinations. That is connected with a new age career called bioscience and bioinformatics. Bioinformatics and biostatistics. Where there is a field in bio research, not in the medical. In the bio research, bioscience and bio research, that is one. Where in the past 200 years, what have been the different viral diseases? Of them which have been cured, which have been treated, which have been eradicated, what have been the medical formula for it? Holding those statistics is the biggest responsibility of ICMR today. While other countries were actually blinking, it is our country who released that. Correct? Okay, now the person doesn't know or have adequate information to speak about a career. That is the misfortune here. Somebody addressed, right? Many people are just raising up and saying, I think it was Ganesh, raising up and saying, I also provide career counseling. Correct?
True.
Google provides a lot of information about the careers, but how much is that candidate suitable to that career is unknown, right? And largely, as you said, people were choosing the career based on the demand and the dignity of labor, right? Or even the parents might come and raise objection with you. If this is based on the interest, if you're recommending, how long will this interest hold? Do we know there is one top secret? In employment, when there is a growth period for every individual, the HRs will know. The first 10 years of their employment, people stop their education after getting employed. But in their first 10 years of employment, the maximum growth in their employment happens. Correct, Neeraj? That means they have to keep on, knowing and aware in regular intervals. They think that the milestone for education is closed after finishing a graduation. After employment, every second year, there are interim milestones. Nobody chooses to retire in the same position when they were hired. Correct? And the promotions are not offered because they are delivering their current job well. Their readiness to do the additional assignment given has to be indicated, which we call it as key performance indicators. All these are essential. They don't even know today what salary should I go and demand. During my stint with one of the deemed university in my town, while I was taking management studies subject, I was also assigned on career development. One computer science fellow was talking to me, ma'am, I don't know, I want a job. What kind of a job you want? Ma'am, I want a job where, I need, high salary. So what's the salary you are actually defining? Is to be a good job. He told, ma'am, I did a research in Google. For a computer science engineer in entry level, 30,000 is the minimum pay, ma'am. 30,000 pay is a good salary, ma'am. So that means you're looking for 3.6 lakhs as an entry level job, correct? Yes, ma'am, obviously. Don't worry, ma'am. I will recommend you to one of my friends' company who is actually hiring people for mobile app development. Do you know Android programming? No, ma'am, I can learn it in any time. I can learn it. If they teach me, I can learn it. If they give me an opportunity to learn, I will learn, ma'am. I'm a quick grasper. Okay. He's at the mercy of the employer. The employer has to train them and then hire him, correct? Or make use of. Then I asked, all right, ma'am, I told that you and your friend, both of you will get the job. Is it, ma'am? We both can work together? Yeah. But only thing is, he will be paid 45,000 rupees, where you will be 30,000 rupees per month takeaway. Are you okay? No, ma'am, why, ma'am, is that any different role? No, same role, same deliverable, same designation. Then why, ma'am, difference? How will I be motivated, ma'am, when somebody who is at par with me being paid the same salary, not the same salary and a higher salary, not to 15,000 rupees difference, ma'am? Then I asked him, you only wanted 30,000 salary. Ma'am, I did a research in Google. The Google research told me that 30,000 is the entry level pay, a good pay, decent pay. Then I asked, what is your worth? It's an indication. Did you know what is your own worth? People, most of them are evolving now without knowing their self-worth. Right? They enter into a career without knowing their self-worth to that career. Whether it's going to underpay me or overpay. That's what Namrata shared. Are you okay to come with this salary? Correct, Namrata? Now, what could have been an ideal reply?
Yes, no, actually, they have issues like, what is your lifestyle is in Mumbai? Varanasi is, it's a holy city. What is your expectation for the job, money?
So
the okay for you.
Like, is not understood by most of them. Right? Even people who are hiring or even people who are getting hired. How do we know that? Whether their self-worth is going to be met or not? As per Maslow's need hierarchy theory, there are 5 levels of needs. The basic and the physiological need says that the man requires a job for his salary and also job security. Social need also says the same. But the need for self-esteem tells they want to actually be in a bungalow, or if they're having a car, not a normal car, a royal car I need, or I want to have my wife in high valued jewelries and attires, put my children in convent education. These are need for self-esteem, for which they want to stretch and work, and they are also particular about the designation. Every individual today has a fear of losing their job. This fear complex of losing their job is still existing. That you would have observed when Neeraj was sharing this.
And ma'am, another point is, displacement and anxiety is there also. Like, if we are...
They are actually afraid about taking a job. And also after taking a job, remaining there. That's why people who belong to Gen X, 60s, 70s and 80s, you can see the parents advising, take a government job. So you have a job security. Apart from the salary, designation and job security, there's something every individual values at work. What are they? Meeting those values, how they can be motivated. We'll be discussing on that also. How their interest is being constantly nurtured. At least till they reach a certain height of their profile in their career. Otherwise, people experience a redundancy in their career. They're not able to grow more. We'll discuss on that also as a dimension. So these 4 elements are involved in every comprehensive assessment for students. That is why for students from 13 years onwards, till the senior most working professional, we include these 4 dimensions: personality, interest, values, and learning style. These are good enough to tell us which career they are going to be suitable, or what kind of work nature they are going to be suitable. This is possible for a child who's yet to start their career journey. Who are they? The student in India belonging to 8th, 9th, and 10th. They're open to all the career fields, isn't it? But for a student who is in 11 and 12, where their elective is selected, A common student cannot get into any field related to science or science and technology or science and biology. The subject electives taken forbids them from going into many other careers. All right. So, while doing the career analysis for school students, we test them on these 4 areas. Because we are planning their career. We are giving a visualization in which career they are going to be more suitable. It's a planning process. But when it is for graduates or working professionals, not always they will be suitably sitting in a place. While doing engineering, while doing medical, while doing law, any professional education, even while in their graduation stage or in their post-graduation or in their freshers or even employed stage, who is an early age career, who could be between 1 year to 4 years. 5 to 10 years is actually mid-career. 10 and above is senior career. For every individual, there is something which is eating their mind. If you watch in LinkedIn and social medias, people will be voicing out. I have the world's worst person as a boss with me. Correct? How many of you have seen this article? They would even put cartoons of Hitler image to their boss. Correct? Or they would say, we are all, in the same level, but we don't have an understanding. I feel always there is a rivalry between the same level of managers, whoever we are. Or sometimes I find that, my subordinates are not listening to me. I've been asked to monitor them for their results, but they're not listening to me. The work environment is not at all conducive. But I find that everything negative, everything bad is only happening for me in my life. When they experience this kind of a thought, what they will do? They either will cry or explode and shout at anyone who is coming around. They have an irregulated behavior. You can see they are very, very reactive, very, very repulsive to things. And deciding, being judgmental, no, this is not something, let me go to another job. Without knowing what is my problem there or why I am not gelling there, moving to another job, what way is it going to be serving? Their problem is not fixed. It's an interaction between the external environment and also my internal environment, correct? Internal environments are my emotions. So we call this as emotional quotients. Which are the emotional quotients that are going to make me stay to a company or stay to a role and see how I can grow there. This is called as emotional intelligence. Person who is able to fight amidst the barriers and keep growing. In fact, Gopinath was addressing on this, the emotional quotient as a fact. Because you want to understand what is the root cause. You tried attempting before their hiring process. You tried even going and attempting to go into the college and trying to understand them. Isn't it? They might be in the right track of education, or they might be in a distorted track of their education. There has been a heavy career indecisiveness in them, which has not been, outspoken at all. This is an assessment called as an EQ, which is very important for the resilient behavior for every individual at work. Right? We have heard about resistance, but there is something called resilience. Okay, this is actually figured by the emotional quotient test. We introduce this dimension only in the assessment from graduates and working professionals. Clear, Gopinath? Ganesh, sorry. Right? And actually knowing to break the fear. People are, you know what? You might have heard this, some of you. A poison, when the snake bites, it's very poisonous. The snake by birth doesn't secrete poison. It has a fear of human attacking it. Every one of us, when we have a fear in us, that means there is some intoxication happening in us. The ammonia level increases. In snake's anatomy, it is very high. There is a fear for everywhere. Fear of losing job, fearing of scoring marks, fear of getting admission, right? It is a fear that everybody has. Everybody is hesitant. This one or the other way, a fear complex is created by the society in every individual. That's a cleaning process required. A person who knows their strength, why are they going to be afraid? So this EQ, at least in a professional stage of getting ready to employment, is essential. So we test this, not for school students. Okay, these are the emotional dimensions which we will be discussing in depth in detail. We also tell them about the current level of skill and ability they hold to take up a career based on the emotional areas. Right? The current level of skills and abilities are assessed as an aptitude test. And here we not test one aptitude area, we do a multiple intelligence test. So I'll be explaining about these 6 dimensions in details on or before Thursday. Once I've explained them independently, you will be wondering, Acha Radha, everything is seeming to be very important. How are we going to combine and give the holistic understanding? How do we analyze it? So first we'll begin with a cluster analysis or a 4-dimensional analysis, which are very psychometric nature. Then we will do a career analysis, which is 5-dimensional model. Okay. So when I complete all these, you will know the core methodology that you can carry over in career analysis. Okay. Sounding to be exhaustive? Or is it actually anyway triggering your interest?
Sounds
I
actually
think
very
it's
interesting.
the other way around. It's triggering the interest.
It's driving interest. So having understood on Thursday all these, now you need to also know how to apply it. To begin with, we will take one sample report of a student in 8, 9, and 10. A student in 8, 9, and 10, what is the need for career guidance there? These children have a heavy plight. What will I do after 10th? I am to select an elective. That is the pressing urgency for them. Correct? In 10th, I understand why in 8th and 9th that urgency. In Indian board, state and central board, elective starts only from 11 and 12. But an ICSE Delhi board who live in Delhi, you will know much better. Most of the school in Delhi are actually either CBSE or ICSE. When the ICSE board school has 11 and 12, their elective starts from 9 and 10 itself. Even an 8th standard child is getting an importance and urgency to decide their subject. They do a broken study on their elective areas for 4 years. Okay. So a child in 8th is ready to go for a career counseling. These children, when you apply your assessment questions on them, let them not be having skill and ability also. They come in a very advanced stage. You can mentor them. You can shape them. You can groom them. It's a perfect stage for career counseling. Ideal stage. They're yet to start their career journey. Which is the most suitable one they can go. They don't have any limitation. But for a child in 11 and 12, their career need is different. I have chosen a subject. As per this subject, where I can go. I said before, a commerce student with business maths can go only to selective careers. Because science and maths and science and technology and science and biology areas are not open for. Even a student who has taken science and biology without maths is also not good to go into any of the technology areas, correct? We know this generally as an overview, but there is a precise understanding on it. A candidate, so one of you actually, I think, Neeraj, you told, you're elder daughter is an architect, she's to become an architect, right? Now, what could have been the thought process that she would have gone through when she was to go for a BArch degree? Now she is going to become an architect. Can anyone and everyone become an architect? No.
No.
She would have expressed her interest on being, very creative, correct?
Yes.
When you were researching on those creative elements, one professional area for a girl child in our Indian typical traditional thought is architecture, right? It would have been suggested by many people around you, even you would have done a research. And for this, how she can become an architect? Architecture is a 5-year degree. Now, to do this architect, not anyone and everyone can get into a BArch. There are 2 pre-qualifiers. One is in 11 and 12, she must be a maths and science student. It can be with computer science or biology science. It's not a matter. But maths and science is mandatory.
Yes.
Till 2016, even a commerce and maths student was allowed. Because the field involves a lot of information related to structures and materials during their study and also application. They need a science compulsorily. So Council of Architecture removed the eligibility of commerce and maths after 2016. Okay. Till then, a commerce and maths student was also becoming an architect. Right. In 2017, the entrance exam for architecture itself, the NATA, this is another one pre-qualified.
Yes.
A student who has cleared NATA exam only is recognized as a professional architect as a practitioner, because they give a number which is to be renewed every year. If she has actually taken an all India entrance exams, that is J2E or J2E advanced or main, and got an admission in IIT and NIT for architecture also, she can work as an architect for a firm, but she cannot individually set up her own practice, because the architectural plan and drawings delivered by her cannot be stamped and sealed by her. The registered practitioner numbering is not available because she is not cleared.
She has to get a COA registration number.
That COA accreditation comes to her. Independent professional practicing is only by NATA, which is similar to a CA. CA, Chartered Accountant, a person has to become a member of Chartered Accountants Institute of India. Then only they'll have to do a private practicing of at least about 19 to 20 papers of articleship, right? Similar to it, to become an independent architect, this is required. She can serve with the knowledge what she has acquired in her graduate studies. There's no doubt. But the person as a daughter, she has told you, if it is compulsory for me to take maths, daddy, I don't want to go into maths at all. Somebody would have also told you, in architecture, in 10 semester system, first semester only there is maths. Further semester, there is no maths at all. Might be little consoling, but if she was a person like Radha who ran away after maths after 10, can't she get into the creative areas? The analogy is, after doing architectural study, she can actually do an MArch to become a faculty in architecture. Otherwise, MArch is not required. But if she wants to go and practice as a designer, architectural designer, she can get into many specialization. There is elevation architect, there is, landscape architecture, there is sustainability architecture, there is green art architecture, there are different domains. Interior designing. To become an interior designer, it is not mandatory for her to become an architect and then only start interior design.
Yes.
For which interior designing, there are design schools which offer. For becoming an interior designer, she need not be a maths student at all. She can
she can. There are BTech interior designing also available.
BTech interior designing mandates maths, Neeraj.
Yes,
any engineering needs a maths. But what I'm saying is B design programs. NID, NIFT offers these.
Without maths. That's without maths mandate.
Yeah, UCED and NID exams and all doesn't mandate maths.
Yes.
Clear? Now, the point is here, architects can become interior designer. Not all architects are interior designers. Clear? Secondly, environmental science. which is a subject for students till class 10. You can see certain children will be enjoying studying about geography, the climate and the crops and all the information. They want to study about environmental science. You can see they'll get even 100 marks, right? But they'll not be interested in history. But getting into environmental science, there are 3 different areas, right? A person can do an environmental engineering. For this, a maths and biology combined together is required. At a BE, BTech environmental engineering, it is required. But if the child is not a maths student, but a biology student, PCB, this child can do environmental science in BSc programs and do an MSc in environmental science and also do a PhD and become a scientist, correct? I am neither a science student. Can I become a part of environmental studies? BBA and MBA provides waste management system, correct? That's an elective. Very limited colleges and universities have that program. Clear? Even who are appearing in IIM and any kind of B schools, premium B schools, appearing CAT, MAT, ZAT, they can choose this as an elective, even if they're after BBA and MBA. The education roadmap is very different, very, very important. Where they are good to go. So a student who is actually after 11 and 12, going to which higher educational journey, it has to be very critically suggested. It's an education roadmap. They cannot be misguided. That is even further complex when they are getting into a graduation, because those who are doing graduation, their fear of employment. I am not even interested in doing this. Am I going to keep working on this? Will I get a job? If not, I have to pay my EMI. My moratorium period will be over in 6 months' time. They go and settle down into any job. First 1 or 2 months, 3 months' time, which will be the suffering of Ganesh, correct? It will go in their orientation period like a honeymoon period for those trainees. 3rd month onwards, when their deliverables start only, the real challenge comes. And they can be, many people advising them, somewhere manage 1 year, man. After 1 year, you will become experienced in this. This company might be giving you this trouble. You go to another company. In the same domain, the boy is not interested in doing that job. Why can't people understand that? Or they don't have a skill. What is employability looking for? There is a job specification for every job, right? Every role they are hiring. They only consider about the core competency. Doing a graduation in this discipline is enough to hire. No, they need a distinctive competency. There are many there is a myth that every computer science engineering student or a student who has done an IT is eligible to become a programmer and a developer. This is the next confusion. There's a difference between a program architect and a programmer and developer. There's a difference between an accountant and a financial analyst. Knowing broadly about the subject and knowing distinctly about the subject is definitely going to make a distinct difference. In our days, when we were all actually who are belonging to Gen X and Gen Y and Gen Z, the competition was very less. Today, students' population is so high that, right, our own cousins, elders, twins and triplets are becoming very frequent now. The same job, all the 3 brothers and 3 sisters will be applying. Who to hire? Correct? Who is holding the distinctive competency? Becomes the really a tough time for hiring. Correct, Ganesh? Am I voicing your mind voice? I have been in HR, right? My early career started with HR operations. Into performance management, wherever, all these are my actual game areas, correct? Employers are not actually easy. Employing is not easy. And getting work extracted from them is not easy. There's a difference between sales and marketing also. People think everything is what selling only. No. There's a difference. They don't know. Everywhere there is a business trade happen. That's what they think. Okay, so for a need for a graduate can be, where they can, are they going to go for an employment immediately after graduation, or they're looking for an higher studies? In case, which area, which will make them job ready? And specifically people who are into early career, where there is a detachment with what they are working. I never knew that this is going to be, I'm going to be working on this. Otherwise, I wouldn't have chosen this at all. Like what Yugender told, right? I do nothing on engineering. But now what he is doing? He is able to do a competency mapping for engineering as a recruiter, correct? In HR?
Yep.
That even had you studied BBA, you could have done more. Right? So the point is, people are going and wasting time. Okay, so we will be finding out a need for a graduate, and for working professional, what precisely is their problem, where you might have to mostly work with the ethics. In planning stage of a candidate in school education, you will be able to visualize a cost and see whether that cost is going to give a positive effect or a negative. But for those who are graduates and working professionals, you may not be able to go and fit them into a highly suitable thing where they can go and adapt. What can reduce their current problem? This is what you can actually work on re-engineering. Am I clear? So we'll do the analysis learning structurally from pre-counseling to post-counseling. How it will happen? One detailed sample case study we will do. And then your sample case study as an assignment you do, you will begin with 1, 8, 9, 10, then 1, 11 and 12, and then 1 graduate. Working professional, I would actually ask you to do in the last. Because those people who are coming for working professionals, maybe they're in an irrelevant career, can be a need. Or people who are in mid and senior career, they want a second, senior career people want a second innings. Where something has been, in their heart running long time, but they were not able to give a life to it or a shape to it. Right? You can see that many things related to sales, Neeraj cannot stop talking because that's soiled in him. Every cells of his anatomy will speak about sales. But apart from sales, there's something which is compassion to the co-human society, which has been, an haunting thing in his mind. Now he has hunted for it and he's here. Do you agree with me, Neeraj? This is a second innings.
Absolutely.
Which you want to be, more impactful. Mid-career people, okay, somewhere I'm there. I'm able to earn for my bread and butter, like what Ganesh said, breadwinning. But other than this is not enough. I need to earn some more. What else is feasible in me? I am attached to a school teaching, or I am attached to an HR, or I am attached to people where it is related to social welfare. Can career counseling be one more of my career? Where can I also capitalize that? Why not? Right? When you are comfortable, that you can decide, right? How many clients you want to handle in a month, that you can decide, correct? So likewise, there are many careers which are applied in nature, which can be also as a part of their second innings. That also you can tell, no? Not everybody needs to start career counseling. Similar to it, there are many careers where they can go and see relevance, right? So we'll do one in live, in our live class, and the 3 as a sample study. When you do wherever you are struck, I'll be, one-on-one interacting with you to help you understand where there can be, a different way of approach. Right? That will be the precision experiential knowledge you will have. So these 2 are covered for all the 5 of you in the level 1. And those who have taken the platform, you will have a schedule on the platform orientation. You've been given an onboarding form after completing your commercial by your business consultant. You have to decide the brand name of your platform. Okay. You may have it in your own name, or you can plan to have it as a business entity name. And ensure in the same name there is no others. Consult your auditor, so that once you are growing and scaling up, nobody should use your brand name. You would have actually, positioned yourself in career counseling industry. Somebody should not be actually easily able to come and grab it. And you might decide to go for a patenting. You want a trademark to it. Okay, start your vision of setting your business name even now with an idea to brand it and position and also patent. All right. Selecting your company's name and give rest of your personal information, so that a web page is created for you as a technology platform where your target audience can come and take the assessment. And you will also be given an admin panel to administer those reports in order to provide counseling. How to do that as an overview, and how to do the selection options, all these process training will happen. For those who have upgraded to level 2, that area of training will be delivered by me. Okay, you'll be mapped to the upcoming platform orientation session, so that you will also be a part of it. And those who are actually a part of level 2 marketing, okay, that's a session with our business head Vipin Prashant, which will also be discussed to you. I think it is next upcoming on 24th for you people. Okay, for whoever has upgraded. So Ganesh, if you wish to come for the next schedule with Vipin, I think you can get it mapped till on the 24th. Okay, talk to your business.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
So Neeraj, by now you are directly there for those 2 sessions, and Loon, when you upgrade and your commercials are over, you will also be a part of those 2 sessions. Now this is option open for Namrita and Ugender also, in case you upgrade. Okay. I hope your takeaways are clear. Any questions you have in this context, you can ask me now.
No, ma'am. As of now, no.
Excited to learn all these?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. For today, I have a last bit. I may take another 5 minutes, or not 5 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes. Is that okay? It's already 1:28, or you want to do this tomorrow?
No, please carry on if everybody is okay with it.
It's okay with me.
Yeah, it's fine,
Oh.
ma'am.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah. So we are going to understand the process. When a candidate comes to you for career guidance, those who are from an age group of 13 years who fall in the Indian segment of 8th, 9th, and 10th. Okay, to create a self-awareness for them, we are testing about their personality, interest, values, learning style, and also their current level of skills and abilities. Why? This we are actually administering as an assessment. If you ask a person, what are you as your nature? It becomes very open-ended, and they would be saying, sometimes I'm like this, sometimes I'm like that. Sometimes I like doing this, sometimes I like doing the other one also. They would not be able to give you a proper information about it. So we are administering that as an assessment and making them take it in a one-focused approach. We are not allowing them to take it at your own whims and fancy, give me all these information. We are not doing any kind of a market research, right? It is an individualized research we are doing. And they have to complete the assessment within 45 minutes to 1 hour's time. Less than that also is a biased input they can give about them, or more than that also it can be an input which is actually out of their mood swing. We collect all these information and explore them to the career opportunities. The beauty is there are plethora of career options. As a career counselor, we need to be very strong and familiar with these career opportunities. They are actually classified as career clusters, career paths, and career occupations. What are these clusters? Cluster means it's group, isn't it? What is grouped here? An identical behavior of a person with reference to personality, interest, values, and learning style. They go and contribute for specific work natures. They're all grouped together. This is called as cluster. We call it also as a field. Business management is a field, sports is a field, arts is a field, public safety and security is a field, bioscience and research is a field, agriculture is a field, health science is a field. Human service is a field, sports is a field, arts is a field. This way, we currently industry, we have 20 career fields or clusters. In all these clusters, in each of these clusters, people possess an identical commonality between the psychometric functions: personality, interest, values, and learning style. There are different work natures under each field. Okay, they're all referred as occupation. Under these 20 clusters, believe me, there are 3,000 occupations, 3,000 plus occupations, and 12,000 plus job profiles. I was speaking about environmental engineering, right? An environmental scientist. They can become an environmental scientist also as a person who is into BE and BTech in environmental engineering, or a BSc and MSc into, and also PhD into an environmental science with a max or a non-max, or even totally not a science but get into environmental business administration. Correct? So there are different educational navigators. That's what we call it as career paths, in order to carry out their journey and reach the destination of their journey. So collectively, under 20 career clusters, there are 154 career paths. Under these 154 career paths, there are 3,000 occupations and 12,000 plus job profiles. New age careers are more and more coming. Every second year, we are actually having new age careers coming in. 2021 and 2022, one of the new age career is blockchain, right? While cryptocurrency, many people are not able to understand that formula. One parent asked us, my child has been recommended information technology as the most important career field, the very first recommended career field. But where I find artificial intelligence is told as actually a good choice. Robotic process and blockchain are told as a top choice. Why is this? What is the difference between this? Same career field. For this, they are studying only BE in computer science or BTech in computer science or information technology. They don't know. After now, you will know the difference between a program architect and a programmer and a developer, an accountant and a financial analyst. In the field of medical, a doctor and a nurse. Okay, there are many minute differentiators. So we'll understand this. We are providing you a career library. Career library in detailed depth gives you all this knowledge. You need to carry out a pre-counseling analysis before sitting for counseling and discussing in deciding going to which career. How will you do it is the crux of this learning. When you do that pre-counseling analysis as a step 2, you will have shortlisted recommendations. Since there are 154 career paths, we can't finish our counseling in 2 hours with 154 career paths being explained and demonstrated. We have to downsize it to 10, top 10. The candidate who is coming to you might have preferences, even the parents. Why they should not be going to the others? We should be also able to tell them why no, why yes to certain careers, why no to other careers, because that is what is the counseling called. Where there is a gap very huge with reference to suitability and eligibility. Suitability is decided with personality, interest, values, and learning style. Skill and ability decides about the eligibility. Eligibility can be acquired, but not suitability. Okay. So during counseling with those top 10, you will be able to justify and clear everybody's wrong intention, which is influenced by the other environment. Why they will have to go for. In fact, a student who is 13 years old will be able to choose a favorite career even in that stage after your clear information. When you do a counseling for early age children, If they have a plight of this going to be changing, you can allow them with a plan A, plan B, and plan C, where their educational roadmap is not disturbed. You can give them a plan A, plan B, and plan C. That can be your counseling conclusion, where they are able to identify your favorite career path. And what is making you distinct amongst the other counselors in the industry is providing them an execution plan, a realistic execution plan, which gives a complete roadmap where they can go to the highest level of that particular career. Some of them are in the form of foundational competency, which is during their school pre-university education, which elective they are good to take in their 11th and 12th. The core competency is their graduate studies. And distinctive competencies can be even their post-graduation or any of the career advancement program. Having done a post-graduation, is a PhD required? In which domain and which discipline? Or should they be, they cannot afford doing a post-graduation? What kind of career advancement program, like, diploma program? What can be, more useful? Right? Every area, what are all possible will be given as an education roadmap. This is what is called as an execution plan. As a counselor, you will first do a marketing and then end up closing the sale. That is, sales people will be looking at an USP, correct? Unique selling point. This execution plan is that. And this is going to be catering to the greater need after doing your initial process of diagnosis. This is a profession which is equivalent to a medical, which includes a diagnosis, doing a need, what kind of career guidance is required. And also a prognosis, which is the execution plan. All right. Step 1 includes pre-counseling observation. Step 2 includes pre-counseling analysis, not in front of the candidate, in your own private time. And then when you have the shortlisted recommendation, you're ready to sit and deliver all the information required. During counseling, if it is a school student, you can invite even a parent. Let them raise objection. You will be able to just like that handle. Because till school educations, parents are the key contributors in decision making. Okay. And step 4 is your post-counseling support, giving an execution plan for the education they are desiring. All right. So this is the process which we are recommending. You have any questions in the process, please ask me now.
No, ma'am.
Great, Yugandhar. Loan? Ganesh?
I've understood this pretty much.
Yeah.
I
Loan?
mean, similar to whatever I've been doing every
No,
now and
I'm
then.
quite okay with it. Thank you.
Great. How about Neeraj and Namrata?
I'm okay with this. I think there's no questions here. It's self-explanatory.
Brilliant. All right. With this, can we close today? And tomorrow we'll start with the psychometric dimensions.
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I have a question that, yes, sir, not for this. So every day, I mean, when you are interacting with us, so will you show the PPT and deliver?
I will be using a PPT. Till I
Okay.
graduate certain areas of your learning from the PPT, I'll be holding back all the training materials. Because
Will
when
you
you
share,
learn
ma'am,
dimension,
will you share all the material with us in the end of the
yeah,
session?
that is what I'm saying. On Thursday, on or before Thursday, I will send you all the reading materials.
All right.
All textual materials will be shared to every one of you.
So you are
Yeah,
going to introduce some psychometric test also for the using which you will use in schools or with.
So what I'm suggesting is I'll send you a link of my technology platform.
All right.
Okay, you can go there. Just a minute. I'll show you my technology platform. Go and attempt your own psychometric assessment here. Okay, I'll show you. Wait. This link I will send you across. So go over here. I hope you are able to see my screen.
Yep.
Okay, there select the career assessment for professionals. Okay, give your name and select the career planning for professionals. Then go to next and in the drop down box select English. This assessment will take about easily 45 minutes to 1 hour. That is the ideal time taken to give a right appropriate input for you. Okay, there can be questions when asking for your career interest. Yes, no, or not sure. Whichever it is, please give. No problem. Don't be hesitant. If I say not sure, what will be thought about me? If I say yes to it, but actually I don't want to, don't even have such kind of, give with a clear mind what your mind says to respond for that question. Give your true input. That's enough. Once done, let me know in the group. I will activate that report so that you can go to the same landing page where you took the assessment, click the student dashboard and swipe to the login.
So, ma'am, can you please share these links in WhatsApp?
Wait.
This?
Please wait. No, please wait. Let me finish the
I'm
information.
sorry.
Then you can talk. Okay.
All
So,
right.
okay, good. Swipe to the login. Give your mail ID because during your assessment, you will have to follow a guest login process. You'll have to give your valid mail ID and then you'll have to give a guest login password. Give that and continue your assessment and let me know after I activate. Give that mail ID and password. You will be able to log in and see your report. There'll be two reports. One is comprehensive and direct report. Check out the direct report. It will tell you what are the careers which the system is recommending. Okay. Using that, how to interpret, you will know it at the end of the day 5. All right. So go over here, select the assessment for professionals, select the career analysis for professionals, select the drop down in English and do it in one attempt. And also don't take it in multiple attempts. Try to finish it within 1 hour's time. Whatever you find is the best answer for that question, you give that response. Once that is done, let me know in the group. I will activate and inform you in turn. Go to the student dashboard. Use your mail ID given during the guest login process and also the password and login. You will have an access to the direct report. See the direct report based on your input. What are the careers recommended to you? How to interpret that report will come subsequently in our learning process. Okay. All right. I hope you all were happy about the session we had today. Hope it was useful discussion. We'll get into the jump into the well of what I would say, the core elements from tomorrow.
All right. I have a question here.
Yeah, Ganesh.
Okay. Now you said we have to complete this in a single shot. So, I mean, not to take multiple attempts. Any reason for that?
Obviously. Because, sorry to say this, I'm just telling this in a fun note. We know about our ancestors, right? Where human are from monkeys, correct?
Exactly.
Right? Our mind keeps on changing. It jumps from one tree to another, one wall to another. But our mind, you know, invisibly jumps from here to there. Right? And what happens when it is planning for our career, we are vulnerable to get affected of this, correct? That is why, because we have people with jack of all arts, master of nothing, correct, Ganesh? We cannot say that it cannot be changed. As a mentor, we would like to hold a person in a particular state of mind and give our inference where they go, right?
Dear
So,
ma'am,
even if you take an assessment, we need not wait after 3 or 4 years to know that it has changed. One taken in morning and another taken in the afternoon can reflect a different change.
मैम
Yes, Namrata.
मैम मैं ये कहना चाह रही थी कि आप वो व्हाट्सएप में वो लिंक शेयर कर दीजिएगा प्लीज.
I will do it, ma. Don't worry.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, Ganesh. Clear, Ganesh?
Yes.
So we are trying to hold a person's change of mind, which will actually, imagine if there is a child and the parent are allowing, you know, what Neeraj was saying. The child is very, very enthusiastic, his son. Every day, Daddy, I want to go for merchant navy today. Tomorrow he's coming and saying aeronautical engineer. Day after tomorrow he's saying I'd like to join, you know, what do you call, the flight lieutenant in Air Force. Okay, different things he's saying, correct? where is he going to be highly? Can he learn all the 3 skills at the same point of time? No. When a parent is super happy when a child is coming and saying that, Dad, I would like to go and venture in this area. I want to learn skills. There are some additional classes for this. Can I go and join? The parent will readily agree, correct? And in the process, during school education in 10th, going for all those classes, one of those classes, Neeraj is saying yes. In some time after moving to 11 and 12, the child is possible to meet more people. Would come and say, Daddy, I would like to go for this also. As a responsible parent, Neeraj will say, where do you have time? When will you go for those classes? Daddy, I'm actually, free in the morning. I'll wake up early. During the daytime, I will go to the school. And in the evening, I'll go for those classes. Neeraj finds it's actually convincing. He's able to do it. He's a very active guy. But when it is going on a longer run, the child's that period is going to be, has to be stress-free. They have to be very comfortable doing anything. And ultimately, there are 2 things which are either of them getting affected. One is either the child's health. When will the child rest? Or be in a relaxed way to go? Everywhere there is actually, the backbone is actually, bent into you. Like that, the work is there. Either the child's health will go down or the performance in school, regular education will get hit. Now there is a situation that either the school or the doctor is suggesting to skip one of the skills. Which one the student will skip? Now it's an equation between a chocolate and a biscuit, or an ice cream and a pastry. The child will forbid one. Again moving to next stage. After 12th. Again something else comes into exposure and would be trying to add up that to the skills. The parent, as Neeraj, will never say no. He is a highly motivating parent. He'll never say no. Again, some more limitations will crop up and he will have to discontinue. So this way, you can see children are actually acquiring ad hoc skills. Namrata was sharing, knowing every skill is very good. But those skills have gone dormant. She told, I learned yoga. Are you applying yoga every day for your own personal health care, Namrata?
Yes, ma'am. I'm doing.
Then it is good for your health.
Yeah.
You told that you're learning singing. Are you singing every day or teaching singing to anybody?
I'm not teaching.
That knowledge is not
I
dormant.
used to in parties and some functions. Usually, when I'm alone, I'm sad. I'm going with.
Radha, you said it in the first line itself. It says, Jack of all, king of nothing.
And master of nothing. And the employers are looking for masters in every area, correct?
No,
it directly hits their employability skills.
I think I can now, I must be the senior most here. And I can say something from my end. Like there are times when you work, you work with your feelings. There is a time when you work for your stomach. There's a time you work for your heart, and there's a time you work for your mind. Now, all first 3 lead you to the work for mind. And till the mind is satisfied, you will never be satisfied in any career you take it up. So I think this is the time that we should help people understand what they are built up for, what is their mind built up for, so that they have a very fulfilling and satisfied life. Right? Not in the 50s that they decide that they need to do something else to get them satisfied. That's what I want for my child. And that's what we all want, I think. And that's all these students we are going to help with.
Correct. The self-esteem, they don't know where it is actually obtained. Ultimately, this is the reason why we are suggesting them to give what they want in one state of mind, so that you can discuss with them when they keep on changing what can be the effects, correct? Clear, Ganesh?
Yep, absolutely.
All right, so I think we are off for today now. Can we
Yes.
leave?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
We'll
ma'am.
meet by 10:25 tomorrow. 5 minutes of warm up is good enough to start exactly by 10:30. So please
Sure.
join by latest 10:25. I'll be in by 10:20. Okay.
Yeah, sure,
And-
ma'am. Thank you so much.
All right.
Right,
Sure.
thank you,
Thank
Radha.
you.
Thank you
Good
for
day.
the
Thank you all.
interactive session and a great session. Thank you so
Great,
much. Have a
great,
nice
great.
day.
All. Bye. Good.
Thank you
good
so
day.
much.
All
Thank
my
you.
guys.
Thanks.